I am going to ask you to share this right now. I'm excited to be here. While I'm doing that, I will just have you see something very important.
Look at her.
This is sad.
So,
This is so sad.
yes, Carmen, we're going to try to catch you up. And so here we are live. And as I was saying, in 2019, we had a mantra here in Love and Stuff that you will experience a love unlike you've ever seen in 2019. And we are now in 2021. This is our 4th year of doing Love and Stuff. So we decided that as a part of our anniversary celebrations, that we would bring on the original cast, if you will, participants. I'm going to ask them how willing they were, actually, but our cast of willing participants to join us and see where they are now. I think you'll be interested to find out where some of them are now, and we wanted to bring them on. So we are a little late getting on, but I hope you will click share and tag some folks to join us. I see there are some folks here already, but click share so we can get our numbers up. I'm going to even ask our panel to click share so we can get our numbers up. And I hope to share some of the video. We're on a different platform, so it's a little difficult to share it. But some of this video was what I call insanely funny. It was hilarious. But some of it was good. It was true to form because our intent was just to bring people together who had never met, like you would do on the street, right? Like you would do, as I'm advising all the time, in the grocery store. Everybody should be going to the grocery store, especially in a pandemic. You shouldn't be eating all that fast food anyway. Everybody should be going to the grocery store, and it's a prime opportunity to meet somebody in the grocery store. And so what do you do if you meet somebody and you've never seen them before? And maybe you don't have an elevator pitch, or you don't have game or swag or whatever you want to call it. So that's what we tried to recreate in our version of the dating game. And so I'm excited that you all are here now. I'm missing 3. Kia's not going to be with us today, so I'm not going to show her parts of the video, even though those are some of the most interesting parts. But I am going to show parts of the video, and I'm hoping that Richard is going to be on the way in very shortly, because I think first up, one of the first ups anyway, was Sonia and Richard. And so I wanted to open up playing that clip. So I'll give them a chance to get here. So before we do that, Tyrone Pickens is here. Carmen Evans is here. Sonia Charisse, Sonia Jordan is here. Welcome. Thank you for coming back.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Now, let me ask, I said you were willing participants. Were you actually, or were you doing me a favor? Were you willing when I first asked you? What did you think when I first asked you to participate?
The very first time?
Yeah.
Yes, the very first time, Tyrone, when I said, I want you to participate in this, what was your thought?
Yeah, I was more or less wanting to help you out, doing you a solid. I didn't know what to expect, but it was fun, but I did it for you.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that. You took one for the team. I love that. Love it. Okay, Carmen, when I asked you to do this, because Carmen is, people that are in Love and Stuff knows, Carmen's one of our day ones, our very first tripod she bought. She's been there from day one. And so was it like, Tyrone, you was just like, okay, I'm gonna do it because Marcus is asking me, or were you like, I might find some love connection? What did you think?
No, it was more like Marcus asked me, so I'm going to do it.
Okay. At least I got some influence, I guess. At least I got some influence. That's good. That's
Most
good to
definitely.
hear. That's good to hear. And so then, Sonia, Charisse, when I asked you to do this, what came to your mind? What did you think?
Why me first? And then I initially went to no. And then you were kind of persuasive, and you were like, it's just nothing crazy, just to meet people. I'm like, oh, okay. And then you said, you were short a person. That's really what made me. I was like, oh, I can't leave him out there. Okay, he's short somebody. Let me go ahead.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it, Sonia. You were the one that was most reluctant. Everybody else, even Carmen, which Carmen is not a gung-ho person in my mind. Carmen was like, okay, all right, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do this one time. Everybody else was kind of like, oh, okay, you were like, wait, who's going to be on it, and what are they going to be saying, and what's going to happen? I don't know about this, Marcus. I don't know what you're doing. Are you really what you trying to do? And I was like, really?
Right.
You haven't met these people. I haven't match made anybody. I didn't look at your background and theirs. I just picked people who I thought might do it. But you were
Right.
the most reluctant. So I was like, I thought that was hilarious because you're such a sweetheart, but you were like, no.
I was like, oh no.
No, I don't know about that. Maybe, no, you sure? And then you're right.
The only reason I did it is because you said you were short. I was not going to do it. When you said
You're
you were
right.
short, I was like, oh my goodness. Okay, fine.
You're right. And I did have another young lady who bailed on me toward the end. I was like, okay, well, let me go back and ask Sonia and see what she does. And so you said, yeah. So that was good. I'm gonna see if I can jump ahead then, because I'm waiting for Richard and them to come in because I want people to know what happened to you, but not right away. They got to kind of wait. So I want to go to some of the video, and like I said, some of it was hilarious to me. It was hilarious to me because some people weren't even turning to look at each other. Watching it back, I was like, y'all were really nervous. Were you nervous?
I
Yeah, a little
was.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in some points I watched it back and you all were talking to me and I'm like, no, really, it's the other person that you're supposed to be talking to. You kind of like, yeah, turning to me, answering the questions. I'm like, well, let me just stop talking so that you all can talk. And eventually, of course, when I went to look at the comments, then you all started talking. I was like, aha. So next time I'll make sure I'm not in the frame at all. That way, maybe you'll be a little bit more relaxed, or people will be more relaxed. I don't know if it will be this group of folks. And so I'm going to see if I can pull up. Let's see. So Tyrone and Sonia, I'm going to pull you all up. I was going to pull Carmen and Kevin up because I wanted Carmen to see her response to Kevin.
I got to put my glasses on.
A certain outfit on. So he's not here to really talk about it yet. So I'm trying to give him a chance to get in. So maybe I will go to, let's see. I'm going to go to Carmen and Tyrone first. Let me see if I can pull that up. So Carmen and Tyrone, you both have, well, Tyrone, for those that are watching, is, and I love to say this, of course, he's the first African-American police officer for Livonia, Michigan, which to me says a volume of stuff. And if you don't understand, inbox me and I can tell you a little bit about, or he could probably tell you about Livonia. But I'm always made sure I raise that because I'm proud that that's who you are. And Carmen has the security background. So I thought, these two together, they're going to be investigating and interrogating each other. And that didn't happen.
I actually work very close with Livonia police chief now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so I thought you two would be interrogating each other, but that's not what happened. So I'm going to try to pull up the screen. Do either of you remember that moment? Do you remember, Tyrone, when you walked up and it was Carmen? Carmen, do you remember? What was your first impression of each other?
My first impression was, cutie pie. Okay. That was my first impression.
Okay.
Very, very attractive.
Okay.
And
Carmen, what was your first impression?
My first impression was, okay, he's handsome. He's not bad. Okay, let me hear what he has to say.
Because you thought that I was going to bring, did anybody think I was going to bring somebody that was not going to be, attractive in some way, even though beauty's in the eye of the beholder? Did anybody think, now what is Marcus going to bring in here? Did anybody, be honest? Did you be like, he just
I
gonna
did.
grab? You did. Okay.
I did, especially because we were separated and we didn't see each other till it was our time to actually connect. So yeah. I was extremely nervous.
Well, that adds to the suspense of it, right? If you knew ahead of time, then you're going to already have these, judgments, and because people don't say that they judge, but we do, right? We're already going to have what we're thinking. So I wanted it to be that element of surprise, like, oh, okay, or oh, whatever it would be, right? Okay, so I'm gonna try to pull that up. But your first impression were, okay, you all look. So once you started talking, and you found out that he was a police officer, does that change? I want to ask you both that. When you hear that a man is a police officer, does that change your mindset about him?
It does for
Not
me.
mine. It doesn't for me.
Okay. Carmen, did you say yes, it does, or no?
Yes, it does.
What does it make you think?
Well, because for the last 31 years, I've worked with police, been a part of a police force. You kind of, which is unfair, but you kind of, know the mindset of most of them across the board.
And I'm sorry, what is the mindset of most of them across the board? I'm just curious.
As far as, their personalities and, most police officers that I have worked with, it's just humorous, likes to crack jokes. A lot of times because our job is serious all the time, it's refreshing to be able to get around each other and just laugh and, rehash stories and stuff like that. So you kind of know, the personalities and stuff like that.
Okay, so that's a good thing. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Your mindset in general about police officers is good.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I thought you were about to say something bad.
No.
It kind of felt like that at first, right? It was
Like,
kind of
oh,
like,
man.
yeah.
But thank
Okay,
you. That's good, though. Thank you.
That's very good. I'm hoping that I can pull up the video. Okay. I knew I was going to have some challenge. Okay, so I'm going to move on. So you all started talking, and I have to go back to show the ratings as soon as I'm able to pull up the video. But after you started talking, what did you think about? Because it was 4, yes, I'll go on a date. 3, 2, I need a lot more information. 1, no, thank you. What did you think about as you all started talking, Carmen and Tyrone, about the possibility that the two of you would go out on a date?
I can't remember what I put. If I was 4 through 1, I don't even remember. But
Yeah,
I know that conversation was good, but I don't remember.
Okay, I hope I can pull it up, but I'm pretty sure you gave her a 2, and I want to ask you about that. And Carmen, I'm pretty sure that you gave him a 2. I was surprised because I think you gave either it was 2 or 3. I think you may have inadvertently at a point in the video you said, "Can I go back and change my score?" Because I think you gave Kevin a 4, and I'm like, was she so shocked that she gave him a 4, meaning to give him a 1, or really once you started talking to him said, "Oh, this is a 4." So I didn't know, was that the score that you wanted to change?
It was I wanted to change it because I think I gave him. I want to say I gave him a 4.
You gave him the highest score, and I wondered if you were thinking that you meant to give him the lower score.
I meant to give him not a 4. I meant to give him between a 2 and a 3.
Okay, because there's no 2.5, so you'd have to choose 2 or 3. So which one would you have chosen, do you think?
I think I would have chosen a 3.
Okay, all right.
He was a lot more reserved than I expected.
Okay. And I think, again, I'm trying to pull up the video. I think that Richard got a 1 from you. And so I wanted to talk to you and Richard about that. He got the lowest score from you, Carmen, I thought. So, I wanted to hear about that. And so Tyrone and Sonia, you all were the breakaway couple. You had both gave each other a 4. Do you remember why you gave each other 4s?
I remember him being easy to talk to.
Okay.
And he seemed engaged, while we were talking, and I thought that was good.
Okay. And did you feel a connection? Was there a connection there? Did you feel like?
Yeah, kind of. So I just from what I can remember, I was thinking like, oh, he seems like a really nice guy. Like I could talk to him again. Yeah.
Okay. So that was the 4.
That's the feeling I had too. Was First impression, we just kind of clicked.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. It wasn't forced. We just kind of flowed
Right.
with it, and it was a good talk.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it flow. Did it flow better than any of the other conversations? Were you comparing conversations at that point?
No, it just came natural. We just were talking.
Yeah, and I wasn't comparing either, but it was real. It was just like you said, it was just kind of natural. Yeah.
Mhm. Did you find that you had a lot in common, the two of you?
Oh,
I can't remember. I
Mhm.
don't remember as far as things in common. What stands out is I felt like he was really easy to talk to. It was a really good conversation, and I
Okay.
felt like he was listening.
Mhm. Was that different than any of the other fellas that it stood out for you that way? Did it seem that they weren't, or he just stood out as listening more?
He stood out as listening more, and with the other guys, it was more forced. And I don't know if it was the nerves, because I know I was nervous. I was super nervous. So
Mhm.
that could have been it. I don't know, but it just felt more, like he said, more natural. There was no forced feeling to that at all.
Okay. And let's talk a little bit about those nerves. Why were we nervous? Is it just normal to be nervous when you're meeting somebody new, or was it the environment where people are watching you and Marcus is right here and there's feel like there was some pressure for some expectation? What were the nerves about?
I think for me, it might have been the camera, just knowing that, you know, people were watching, and I don't know, just all eyes on you, and you just felt a little apprehensive about that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would say all of the above. Yeah,
Mhm.
the camera, not knowing who you were going to meet,
Yeah.
just just the whole situation. And I didn't
Mhm.
want to do it either, so I really was nervous.
Right. Yeah, you were very nervous. And Carmen, what about you?
I'm usually a shy person anyway.
Mhm.
Unless I know you, then I'm talkative. But if I don't know you, I'm usually really, shy and, just more observant and watching,
Mhm.
and listening to everything you say.
Hmm.
So it was
I don't
comfortable in that situation.
I don't know that shy part about you. I don't know that shy person.
I think if you can remember back when you first met me, I was like that.
Oh, okay. So something happened after that.
I got to know you.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna have to recount that. I don't recall it that way, but I hear you. And Sonia, would you say that you're a shy person?
I don't believe I'm shy.
Mhm.
I think I'm a little bit reserved
Okay.
until I'm comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Tyrone, are you a shy guy?
No,
Yeah. No.
just kind of laid back and
Yeah.
very reserved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the interesting part. I would not characterize any of the people that have chosen. Now, Kia, I didn't really know as well, but she is in the Love and Stuff community. But I didn't see any of you being shy, maybe reserved, maybe, but not shy, maybe
Mm-hmm.
introverted, some of you. So, to watch you kind of have this, it was kind of awkward body language a little bit. And I found the video, so hopefully it's going to play for us. I'm going to play little parts of it. And again, I hate that Richard and Kevin haven't made it yet, but there are parts of it where I'm like, this is really interesting. It's interesting. So I'm going to first go to Carmen and Tyrone. I'm going to go to Carmen and Tyrone first. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Roll the tape.
Roll
I'm
the
getting nervous even just waiting for the tape to
Right.
roll.
roll the tape. Roll the tape. I gotta get it up. Let's see. Let's cue it up. Yeah, and you all were later on, and so you had been through several other people by the time this happens. So I think I'm at.
I think he was maybe the second or the third guy.
Unless I got this wrong. Let's see. Nope, this is about the right place. Let's see. See if I can maximize it. All right. Carmen and Tyrone. Did you bring your glass? Is it empty? Yeah. Okay, bring it and we can get you some water. You
I forgot about the fruit. I forgot about that.
I
know. Have a seat. I knew it. Hey.
Oh.
I think they may have something. All right, so that's it. So, yep, he's gonna feel you. Tyrone, Carmen, Tyrone. Did you bring your glass?
I did not.
Okay, we got to get your glass because at the end you have to tell us. Have a seat. Have a seat right there. And tell us a little bit about both of you.
Oh, that's a question.
After you tell us a little bit about both of them. Right.
This is crazy.
So I had to pause it there because, of course, you asking questions. I said, uh-oh, here we go with this investigation. So I thought that right away. I said, these two are going to be a problem. Okay, hold on. Let me put it. These are going to be a problem.
A little bit about myself. 46. 25, 26. I want to be 27 next month. Thank you. I have both of my sons have a child, please, 2 boys, 1 and 5. Yeah, 2 girls. Yeah. I'm a teacher now. I've been law enforcement pretty much since I've been 18. I absolutely love children. I absolutely love the youth.
And when you say law enforcement, what have you been doing in law enforcement?
Doing security police.
And Tyrone is a retired police officer, actually the first African-American police officer on the Bonus force.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So does that tell you all anything about your personalities? When you see someone that's been in law enforcement or security police, does your mind go to a certain way?
Yes.
Well, where were you a security police at?
For a healthcare system.
So one of the hospitals? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
One of the big ones? Going forward?
Yes.
Okay.
And so does that tell you something about each other? Does your mind kind of say, okay, you start to make some kind of prejudgments? Do you do that? Because I would imagine it'd be hard for police kind of work for people to do that, not do that.
I don't think it's a prejudgment. I think that you just know where the mindset of that person probably has, where the mindset of that person is.
Yeah. The job's a little different in that, a setting like a hospital is different than being in the streets. So it's a little different dynamic there, writing tickets, making arrests, taking people, responding to domestic. Oh, you responsible to domestic situations? Oh, okay.
So before I jump ahead, it's still this kind of investigation, Inspector that's kind of happening. You didn't feel that was happening? Was that just me inserting that, or did you all feel like you were kind of? Is that what you do when you first meet somebody?
Well, me personally, I mean, at this point, this is the first time I came up on camera. I'm just kind of going with the flow.
Now, is this the first time you were up? This is the last time you were up, I think. I think you all weren't first.
I don't remember. But
yeah, this is about 2 hours in.
Okay, well. Oh.
Yeah, I think you came up with Kia first.
Oh, did I? So I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember Kia. Like, I don't remember. I don't remember Kia.
We'll have to show you a picture of Kia just so that you will remember.
Okay, I remember Sonia. and Carmen. I don't remember the Kia.
Okay, so yep, there were 3 guys and 3 girls. Is it coming back? 3 guys, 3 girls. And Kia was the one, she had braids, kind of the untwisted braids, a medium brown skin. I'll show you a picture.
Okay, yeah, I think I remember now.
Yeah, yep, that was Kia. So, but I guess for you and Carmen, it was interesting to me because I kind of felt like, yep, you guys are gonna, because you were like, okay, you worked at healthcare, you like a hospital, and then she's like, yes, and it was kind of, you know, drilling down to the answers. But did you all feel that at all? Yes, no?
That's just something I tend to do that, I guess.
Yeah.
I would imagine you both would. That's why at that point I was thinking, uh-oh, I didn't put 2 Inspector Gadgets together. Let's see what happens. I'm going to try to jump ahead to another section. I want to get your reaction a little farther down. I'm trying to bear patient with me as I work this around. Let's see. Okay, let's stop that. Let's get a smaller.
I didn't know you was going to bring video.
Well,
I didn't either.
with Marcus Holmes, you just never know, I guess. You just never know. But I don't know, if you haven't watched it in a while, it would be hard for you to recount it without seeing it, I would think. So that's why I'm bringing the video. But if, you know, tell me I should stop now. No, I probably won't stop now. I'm on a roll. Okay. 1 second. Let me bring it up. So I think we can start it here. This still is Tyrone and Carmen. Still Tyrone and Carmen. All right, let's go. You ready to go? Okay. Get some sheets of paper. Let me see if I can get one person who will come in. Let's see if Stacy will come in. Hi, Stacy English. Hi, Stacy English. Okay, some are saying 1, 2, 3. Some, Marla said 5. Leticia says 2.
Was 5 even a number?
No.
I don't know what happened. No, it wasn't. He's a good catch for a woman. Okay. Tyrone, they kind of like you a little bit here. Say he's a good catch for a woman. We're glad to hear that. He's a good catch. Oh boy.
So you're talking about a woman, we're talking about Carmen.
Okay.
Don't change numbers.
Yeah, I needed a remote control to be able to, so I wouldn't be in front of the camera. Can you go back and change numbers? No, we're gonna have a quick roundup where everybody will be here. Let me go. All right. Oh, you gave me a 3. Okay. My turn. Your turn. And that was a 2. Okay. All right, you guys go. Okay. So let me ask, seeing that, did it bring back any of it to your memory? Did it bring it back? Is there anything that you would, Carmen, say to Tyrone or Tyrone to Carmen about how you showed up, how the other person showed up in this event? Any tips?
No, not really. No pointers. I mean, it's hard to remember the conversation. I know it was just kind of a basic get to know you conversation. It wasn't anything that in depth. So no, nothing really I can really add.
Okay. And for you, when you have met somebody that's made a certain mark on you, do you remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Carmen, any tips or remarks, or did he make an impression on you that you did remember?
Again, I just remember that, you know, we had similar, you know, careers in common, and I think that's pretty much all I remember about him. Other than he was really reserved.
Okay. All right. And so is this something that you would do again? Would either of you do a blind date like this again?
You mean just get together and stuff, blind date kind of thing?
So if Love and Stuff said, Tyrone, do this again, would you say, no thanks, I did it once? Would you do another blind date like this again?
I don't mind. I don't mind meeting people. I don't mind meeting new people. I do and just engage in conversation. I don't mind doing that.
Okay.
So yeah, I would do it again.
Okay. Because you froze for a second. I was like, did he freeze for real or did he do the fake freeze scan? You know how they do that? They say, well, anyway, I thought you were doing the fake freeze scan. Okay. Carmen, would you do this again?
I think I would if we had more candidates. If it was maybe set up differently.
Okay.
Meaning like with the last time it was more prompt by questions that you were asking each of us. If it was more, set up where we were just at tables and, giving a, however many minutes and it was an authentic,
Kind of like
conversation.
speed dating.
Like a speed date. And then you just go to the next person where you're not, yeah.
Finish your phrase.
Where you not feel like you're like bound to that one person for extended time,
Okay.
especially if you're not really feeling that person.
Let me ask that on that point. Did you feel like you were bound in any of these conversations? Like you were like, let me out of here right now? Did you have that sensation?
I did with one of the candidates. I did.
Okay. And candidates, it sounds so clinical. It sounds
I'm sorry.
it sounds so CSI.
One of the participants.
One of the usual suspects I was interviewing, he was kind of CSI-ish. One of the candidates, which one of the candidates did you don't want to say? I'm guessing it was Kevin.
Yup.
Who was Kevin?
Yeah.
Well, how many? Now look, it was only 3 guys and 3 girls. It go one of the guys. So there's only 2 other guys.
What's all the guys' names? I don't know.
Richard, who was the actor, Kevin, who had on the hat and the do-rag, and
Bingo.
Tyrone.
The one that had on the do-rag.
His name is Kevin.
Kevin.
There you go. All right. He'll be okay because, he'll be okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of, was it because he had on the hat and do-rag that you wanted to get out of the conversation, like, let me out, or was it just not a connection?
I think when he walked in like that, I was done then.
And so what if you had found out that Kevin was the most amazing brother that you have met in years, except for that part? Would you have been able to get over it?
I think first impressions mean a lot. And although you may later be able to get over it, it still sticks in your mind. And it, to me, if you're coming to potentially meet someone that you may, find an interest in, you don't expect, I don't expect a young man to show up with a do-rag.
And so maybe you answered that question. So what's the answer to that question? You would not have been able to get over it? No? Okay.
No, I don't want to say I wouldn't have been able to get over it. I think later on, after we had a conversation, it would have been definitely something that was brought to the forefront. Just a suggestion,
What would your suggestion have been?
Hey, if you're really interested in a woman, you may not want to show up with a do-rag on.
Okay. And if he told you he just came off the line at work and decided to do Marcus a favor, would that have changed that at all for you?
From the time you drove from your workplace to the location, you could have took the do-rag off.
Got it. Okay. And you see he had braids. So if the braids wasn't done, that didn't matter. Would you have wore something on your head if your hair wasn't done?
Okay, let me just say this, Marcus, because you put me in a corner.
I'm just
I'm
asking.
just not personally. I'm just not attracted to guys that have braids, that
Got it.
like that. No, I just
Got
like
it.
a clean cut guy.
And braids for you are not clean cut.
It's not my preference.
Got it. Is it clean cut?
No.
Okay. That's what I need to hear if that's what y'all gonna tell me. Okay. All right. So now I'm gonna go to Tyrone and Sonia.
Thank you, Sonia, for helping.
I really wanted to wait, but I'm trying to find out where my other guys are. And maybe they're having trouble getting on the link. I don't know.
Are they in the backstage?
I can see. No, they're not, Carmen. Thanks so much. I can, I can kind of see the online backstage from here. Yeah, they're not here. Yeah, nope, they're not here yet. Okay. I didn't really want to show others without them having the benefit of being here, right? Even though Sonia, I'm really interested in talking to you and Dickie because your body language was what was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think sometimes he was talking, and I was wondering whether or not you were believing him or not. Some of your body language.
I don't remember. I would have to see the video.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll let him come on if he should make it on. All right, I'm going to go to you and Tyrone now. So, which it seems like the two of you had the strongest connection, even though, as I watched it back, Tyrone, Kia was kind of feeling you.
Kia?
Yeah. Now, I think Carmen must have been feeling you to give you a 3, but I just watched the body language. I don't know. Do you all pay attention to the body language when you're with somebody new?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured the Inspector Gadgets did. I should have just asked Sonia. Of course you all do. You know if there's dirt under their nails. You know all that stuff, right? Okay. All right. So I'm going to pull up the video. There are a couple of clips from Tyrone and Sonia that I want to show and get your feedback on them. All right, so let me see if I can pull those up. We are talking with the part of the cast from our first dating game, and now we have moved on to 36 questions that lead to love, but I'm going to have to talk to y'all about that in a minute because we had people who tried it, and 2 of the people who tried it are now off the market, so they're dating each other. So it's interesting, and I want to get your take on it in a minute. But let me go to our breakout stars. I'm going to call them because they both gave each other the highest score. So let's see what that score was all about. Let's see what that was about. Here we go.
Oh, okay, now I see what you mean, Carmen. He got me nervous.
I know.
Of course, I'm eating wherever there's food. I'm eating. Sonia, Tyrone. Nice to meet you. You too. So talk a little bit about yourselves. We've heard it, you all haven't.
Right. Wanna go first?
No, ladies first. Now let me ask this. You forgot. Were you nervous? Were you like, oh, he kind of looks nice. Let me get it together. What was that? What was happening?
Well, I thought he did. Of course, I thought he was attractive. He's an attractive guy, but I think it was just more like nerves. Like, okay, where do I start?
Okay.
What do I say? Yeah, that sort of thing.
Okay. All right. And Tyrone, when you first sat down, what did you think of Sonia?
Well, if you noticed when she first walked in, you saw that big smile came across my face. I peeked at this. I was like, oh, okay, hey. And then you know, I was comfortable talking to her right off the rip.
Okay. All right.
When
All
we
right.
shook
I'm gonna
hands,
keep playing.
I was at ease.
Okay. Good. Good. All right. Let's go.
Got right. 48, 2 adult children. I like to travel. I love anything by the water. Walking. It doesn't have to be it could be a pool, it could be a beach, it could just be walking by the water, anything is just calming. What else? One grandbaby, and I don't and 2 on the way. 2 on the way. And lots of brothers and sisters that I love. I have a big family and we're close.
Okay. 51, 2 adult boys, no grandkids. I also like traveling. I've been to Arizona, I've been to Barbados, I've been on a couple of cruises. Being retired, I can travel a lot more because you know, that's how much you have. And movies, music, comedy, everything, jazz, R&B, gospel. Not so much country.
Like concerts?
Oh yeah.
I like concerts.
Love concerts. Yeah. Yeah. Did I say comedy?
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Okay, cool.
And you said retired. I'm just going to jump in there. What did you do before? I worked at the police department, so I'm retired police officer.
Oh, okay.
It's the first African American police officer.
I'll make sure everybody know that.
Marcus, he kept on reiterating that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You like movies? Obviously, you guys like movies.
Yes, I do like movies. I like all different kind of movies except the karate movies when they're word, their lips move and they're not saying the same thing as words. I hate those. Now anything else, I'll try. Right. But yes, I do like movies. Going to the movies, going home. No, I don't want to do subtitles.
You want to read? You want to watch?
No, I want to watch the movie. I want to be all engrossed in the movie. I understand. But yes, I like movies at home and going to the show. I do enjoy going to the movies. Okay.
Awesome.
What else?
I want you all to ask.
How open are you to being in a committed relationship right now?
How open am I to? I mean, you know, you meet the right person. You know, you gotta strike while the opportunity is there. So every day you meet someone that you have good chemistry with.
True.
So you know, yeah. So we're open.
Okay. So have you ever been married?
No, never been married.
Never been married? Is there a particular reason?
You know what? Sometimes you just have to make sure it's the right person, the right time, right circumstance. I've been close, but I'm cigar.
Close meaning engaged or close meaning you thought about it?
Thought about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you single now? Like single as in you're not dating anyone, no one thinks you're dating them.
Excellent question.
These are the things you have to ask.
Excellent.
What's the last trip you went?
Costa Rica was the last out of the country trip. A friend of mine lives in Alabama, and I go there a couple times a year. I go to Arizona to visit my father. I think Alabama. No, I went to Boston. I went to Boston.
I've been to Boston. I've never been to Costa Rica, but that sounds like a lot of fun.
It was fun. Yeah. Going to Aruba in April.
I've never been there either.
Never been there either. I'm ready to go.
Have you ever done a cruise before?
I've done a couple cruises.
You like that?
I like cruising.
Yeah, cruising.
Yeah. I like hot destinations.
So you don't mind flying? Flying's not doesn't scare you.
No.
Okay.
No. I love to fly, but a good road trip doesn't hurt as long as you got the right snacks.
Right.
So, but I like flying.
Yes. Okay. Sounds good. A lot of questions.
Okay, I'm going to the comments. So we're all ready to vote. Okay, let's get ready to vote. Let's see what folks are saying. I think you better call Tyrone. Comments, but not this one. Yeah, we're definitely moving forward. 3, maybe some chemistry here. Oh, I see some of the comments. Okay. Thanks, Sasha. 4 is a date. 3 more. Okay. They're asking. I wouldn't date at all, Lakeisha's saying. 1. Oh, they're going over. Go ahead, black man. That's what she's saying. 2, maybe not. Laughing. Thank you. 1, no. That's all I know. I'm gonna tell y'all in a minute if you should have been here at the beginning of the show. If you come on time, I'm teasing. Can someone tell me what the numbers mean? Okay, Hugh. Okay, Rashida T. Okay, all right, enough of that. Tyrone and Sonia, you're getting cheers here. I'm the only one eating the snacks. Yes, I am. Okay, you want to catch that on? I know you're having a conversation, but the point is to catch it there. Go ahead.
She was asking how long I'm retired until 2013.
Okay.
I turned 90 now.
Sorry, I'm not.
And she asked me where I work at now until we're in high school.
Okay.
So yeah, so we're just kind of
Okay. And did you tell me
No, I
where you
didn't
work?
get a
Okay.
chance to, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I work for the postal service.
So now the conversation is just flowing.
So we have a call center. I don't know. A lot of
Yeah, I
people-
told you, like, very easy to talk to her.
She's aggressive. Likes her energy. 444s. I think they should go on a date. 444s. I like him. They're laughing. I like them together. Getting a lot of good. Yeah, a lot of 444s. I like them together. That's what they're saying. Well, we're gonna let them vote. I appreciate your votes. Your votes matter, okay? They do matter. Rashida, the glam Dr. Williams, has raised hands. She's working. I don't know what's going on. I think she asked a lot of great questions. I think she did too. She actually asked, did you all notice? She asked more questions with him, and he's asking more questions with her, and they're still talking. So that part's good too. That's good. It's natural, good eye contact. I like her. She's asked a lot of great questions. Yep, she did. A lot of great questions. Toya said it's natural, good eye contact. I see late night Coney in the future. Have other restaurants that are worth going to besides Coney. Yeah, I'm gonna step out the way so that everybody can hear. Yeah, I can bring it on here. Keep your voices up so we can hear it. Yeah.
So no, I was explaining to him that when the weather breaks, I like to walk. And the river walk is my favorite place because it's near the water.
Mm-hmm.
So past, I have asked people, men, hey, you want to come go for a walk with me? And the answer is usually no. Every once in a while, somebody might say yes, but it's not very often. So I was asking if that's something that you would do.
I like to walk. I'm very active. I try and bike ride, and walking is actually not a bad thing for exercise.
Toya said, I told you to put them together.
Oh, cool.
All right.
Cool.
Okay. All right. Chemistry, they say. Okay, let's vote. Y'all ready to vote? Okay, go ahead. So get your piece of paper. Both of you have voted before, so yeah. Pass her a piece, please.
This is my favorite color, just so you know.
Okay. Okay. All right. And of course, you can't show each other. Do you remember each other's name? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sonia?
Yeah.
Okay. Deborah Hill says, this is the connection. Are you praying in the spirit, sister?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm stop asking her. Great show. Lots of fours there. Okay. 444. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what they come up with. They're going to show you momentarily. Ladies first. Okay.
You can't look though.
I'm not looking. I'm looking at the barbers.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. Have a seat. All right.
This is for you.
Yeah. You can leave it right here on the table.
Oh, you got it.
You got it. Okay. Okay. Very good. All right. Thank you both. There's your
Oh yeah.
you got a toast. Okay. Okay. However you want to do it.
Very nice meeting you.
It was nice meeting you.
You walk back to
To the room. Thank you.
All right. All right. I'm coming back to my seat. Thank you both, Sonia and Tyrone. So I decided that I would get there, but tell me, how did you
Dang.
all So you had number one connection
Out of the whole show?
out of the whole show.
Oh, okay.
The whole show. And what happened after the show?
We exchanged on a couple times, and you know, I just got super busy with a lot of stuff going on at work. I don't know about Sonia, but I just got swamped with things. I'm swamped even to this day. Just a lot going on with my mom, and work got really busy coaching football. I had a lot on my plate. So when I did this show, I didn't expect to meet anybody. I just did, like I said, I did it for you. I really wasn't expecting to meet anybody. I was like, wow, you know, but I did. And, you know, we just talked a few times on the phone.
Okay. And Sonia, what do you anything to add to that? What was that like? And Kevin, you're on the camera now. I don't know if that's your picture, brother. That's your picture. We're live. There's no redo. So I think that's your picture. All right, I'm gonna give you a second to pull that together. Yes.
We did talk a couple of times, and then nothing. So I guess the reason is because he was busy. I'm going to assume that that's what it was. That's what he said.
Well, I just got swamped with a lot of things going on.
Okay. Did you feel ghosted?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Did you know that she felt ghosted?
Know that.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
I did not realize that. I apologize. I didn't realize she felt ghosted.
Did you communicate to her, hey, I'm really busy. I wish I would have met you in a different time?
Nope, I did not.
Okay. Did you all have a connection? Because I thought that you all had a connection, and more so from Sonia, because Tyrone is reserved. He's kind of I can't even think of the word I want to say, but he's very reserved. But Sonia, your body language opened up. It's the Sonia that we all know, and those of us that know and love. It was she opened up like a flower. I was like, well, golly.
Because I really did feel comfortable talking to him, and so the more we talked, the more comfortable I got, and it really was natural. For me, I did feel a connection. It really was natural.
I thought that too. I think I felt it too. And when you all were bringing your numbers to the camera, in my mind, I was saying they better be four. All this talking they're doing, they better be fours. And it was. And I said, well, that makes sense because. And then I tried not to get involved in it, but periodically I would check in and say, "How's it going? Have you talked? What's going on?" And I noticed that there wasn't. So I thought, well, okay. A good connection that didn't really fully deeply connect. Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Do either of you have any regret about that?
Is that what you're asking?
You broke up. I was asking, do you have any regret that the connection didn't deepen?
Yeah, for sure. I just there was a lot going on. I really can't get into details. There was a lot going on.
Sure. Okay. I understood. I just wondered that because there are a number of men and women that would say, hey, if I find a great connection like that, I'm going to work to deepen it. So, I just wondered if there was any regret around not seeing where it could have gone or putting the energy, because it does require energy and commitment and time to be able to take any relationship or connection to the next level. So I'm going to try to bring in Kevin, but I want to keep talking to you. I'm going to see if I got a different picture. I got the same picture, so I don't know. We're going to. Okay, let's see. I'm not sure.
Is that your picture? That's your picture.
Okay, so something happened to Sonia. And something.
There she is.
Did it not?
Oh, here I am.
Okay, there she is, but I don't know. Okay, I don't see where Kevin is.
Marcus, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Nope.
Can you hear me now?
Nope. Are you?
Can you hear anybody?
I can hear
all
you.
Oh, okay, I can hear too.
Can you hear me now?
Nope.
How does she know you're saying it? She must be reading your lips.
Mm-hmm.
It's Kevin in that picture.
Carmen,
Can you hear
don't
me now?
start here.
Can you hear me now?
I can.
You can hear
You
Marcus?
can. Can you hear
I can
me?
hear Marcus.
I can't hear him.
Oh, so it's just Carmen?
I
Okay,
didn't
now I
touch
can hear you.
anything.
I don't know what you did.
I
Now
can
I
hear.
can.
Wait, Sonia can hear
Should I
me,
leave and come back in?
but Tyrone and Carmen,
I don't know what
neither
he's
of you
saying.
can
What
hear
is he
me.
saying, Sonya?
Correct. He was asking if either one of you could hear, and I told him that is correct. You two can't hear, but I can.
Wow.
Did you mute us?
No, I can hear you, Carmen.
He can, yeah, he can hear you
Can
all.
you guys hear me? Give me a yay or nay.
I can
Yeah.
hear you.
Look, I can't hear you anymore. It just kind of
Should
cut
we
out.
leave and come back in?
Should they leave and come back?
Yes.
Yes, leave and come back.
I
Let me
can't
see
hear
if I can hear
anybody.
myself live.
Should we leave and come back in?
Should they leave and come back?
Yes.
Yes, leave and come back.
So I can hear everybody
I can hear that too.
on the live. I'm looking at the live and I can hear everybody.
Should they leave and come back?
Yes. Okay, Carmen, can you hear me now? So I can hear everybody.
I can hear that too. Carmen, can you hear?
Should I try to log out and log back in?
Yes, log out and log back in, he said.
Wow.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, Kevin, you came back in, but now all I see is your a ring on your finger. This is amazing. Nothing like show business. Okay, so we lost Carmen again. Let's see if Tyrone. Let's see. Yeah, it's tracking my voice and I'm hearing me on the live. I don't know what's happening internally. Okay, there's Carmen again. Carmen.
Yes.
There you go. Look at you. If Kevin ever comes on, I would love to be able to. I'm going to play yours with Kevin because maybe that's what's going on. Let's see. Kevin is here. Kevin, you got to speak up.
He's in the chat. He says he's here.
Yes, but Kevin, what I'd like for you to do is turn your camera on. If you're on a cell phone, you got to look in the browser and activate your video and your volume.
Audio.
Okay. So Kevin, can you hear me? Type it in the chat if you can hear me. Okay. He said I'm here, but okay. I need just, okay. So Carmen, I want to, I can hear and see you all. Okay. We can't see you and we can't hear you, which makes me think that your mic and your camera is not activated on your device. And I don't know if you're on a computer or a phone, but if you're on a, if in your browser at the right, it should show a picture of the video. You got to click on that, make sure no line is through it. And when you do that, it should also bring up the icon for the mic so that you can, we can see both. All right, let me see if I can bring Ty in. Okay, now Ty, I don't see your camera. Okay, Kevin left out. Ty is in, but no camera for Ty. Okay, so I would love to show, but I'd like for Kevin to be in here when I show it because there's a section with Kevin and Sonia, of course. Sonia, I've been saying Sonia all your life.
I know.
And there's a segment with Carmen and Kevin. I gotta find it though. Yeah, there's a segment with Carmen and Kevin. So but it'd be helpful if he were in here. So, okay. So, Tyrone, you gotta, while we're waiting for the gentleman to get it together. Okay, that's looks like Kevin is coming back. All right. So Kevin, you're in, but I don't have your video. Got to get your video going, buddy. In your browser, there should be an area to bring up your video. I don't know if you're using Safari or using Chrome. While he's working it out and while Ty is working it out.
If he has an iPhone, it's right up under your picture. It shows a mic, the camera.
Oh, you're giving to now you don't really
don't do her like that. Don't do her like that.
You don't learn. Oh, now you're an expert.
Ooh, don't do her like that.
Right before we started the show, you couldn't find it. So now you're an expert.
And I'm reading teaching tips.
Oh, okay. Is it teaching tips on computer? Because you had some trouble getting on earlier, ma'am, and now you're teaching the class.
Oh, Marcus.
That's Ty.
You done graduated too fast.
Yeah, I'm a fast
I'm gonna need you to stay in class a little longer.
I'm a fast learner.
Okay, Tyrone, can you hear us? Tyrone. Okay, now you can't hear nobody. What an exciting time here in Love and Stuff, as this is the reunion. This reunion is hilarious, but it's almost as hilarious. I'm going to do a replay of the entire thing. I'm going to break it up into 2 segments and schedule it for a replay so you all can watch the original dating game, and you'll see why this is still hilarious. Still hilarious group. But click share and tag someone to join us. I've got Sonia Sharice, I've got Carmen Evans, I've got Tyrone Pickens, I've got Kevin Tates, and I don't know where Richard Dickey Mason is. He must be lost on the set somewhere. But these are the original participants in our dating game. And we found out so far that they weren't all that willing. Some of them just did it because they were being kind to me. But it was a great opportunity. And there was a connection that happened, some connections that happened, just not as deep as we thought that they might go. So we're checking with them, and we're going back to the past, and then we're getting ready to talk to them about where they are now. So don't hit that dial or whatever it is. Hit click share and tag someone so you can find out where are they now. Where are they now?
You know what, Marcus? If I'm not mistaken, now I'm remembering a little bit. When I first came on with Tyrone, when I said, "Can I ask you a question?" I made a mistake and put the wrong number on the person that was previous. That's why I said, "Can I change my number?"
Yeah, I remember that too vaguely.
Yes, that was part of what I showed when I showed you in Tyrone, and that's what I was asking you earlier, whether or not it was Kevin's number that you wanted to change.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And Kevin's here to speak to him. He's on a laptop, which is great. Now, Kevin, at the bottom, so on your screen, at the top of your screen, in your browser, in the address bar, to the right, it should have an icon for the camera, and then it will bring up an icon for the mic. You just need to highlight those two, and then we should be able to see you, especially on a laptop, as long as you have a camera on the laptop, which I assume you probably do. Tyrone, what's going on? Can you hear us? Tyrone? Tyrone? Now, didn't we just hear him?
No.
I hear you.
I heard something.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear Sonya now.
I haven't had sound since the last time.
We can hear you.
I'm trying to figure it out. It's not.
You have sound. We can hear you.
Yeah.
We can't.
I figured that, but I can't hear you guys.
So, Carmen, you can't hear him?
I can only hear you.
It's not muted.
I hear everybody fine.
Me too. So I might have to type your question in the chat, Tyrone. I don't know, because I can hear you just fine. I bet the audience can hear you.
Well, he didn't hear that either, Marcus.
I know. But I felt like I had to say it. I felt like I had to say it. I'm on the record.
Oh goodness.
Okay, let's mute you. Okay, let's try it again. Tyrone? Oh Lord. Carmen, now what you go out for? Carmen, why did you go out?
Because I wanted to hear everybody else. I was only hearing you.
Oh, you couldn't hear Sonia?
Mm-mm.
Can you hear me now? She still can't hear me.
You can't hear Sonia?
Oh.
Okay, I tell you what, you're probably coming in. When you come in, it's asking you, do you want to use the device's audio? You better say yes, because that's the only audio that you can use. I know you're in the instructor mode.
It's not asking me that. It only asked me that when I originally clicked on the link. So I would have to go all the way out and come back in to be able to see
Let's
that.
try that. Let's see what happens if you go all the way out and
Okay,
come back
now
in.
I can't hear you. I'm just gonna go out and come back in.
So Marcus, why don't you put that in the chat since nobody can hear you?
Okay, I can hear you now, Sonia.
Oh, okay. Can you hear Marcus?
No.
Can you hear me? Okay, go all the way out and come back in.
Oh, this is hilarious.
It is hilarious.
Oh my God, this is a mess.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, help me.
Okay, so I may have to type questions in the chat, but can you hear me now, Carmen? No?
Maybe he'll pop back on anytime.
I am on, but you can't hear me.
What is he saying?
He said he is on, you just can't hear him.
Oh, now you can't hear her either?
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Okay, so Sonia, you might have to be the interpreter for her
Okay,
for a
that's
minute.
fine. I have no problem with that.
This has never happened, but of course
What'd
with
he
this
say?
group.
He
this
said
could
I'm
only-
going to be the interpreter if necessary.
Okay.
Okay, and I don't know what we're gonna do with Kevin
Let me put
because
on my laptop.
there you go. Get on your laptop.
But that might not work either. Kevin,
But Kevin, what kind of laptop do you have? Since you can hear me. That's crazy. I can see and hear you all. Yes, but we can't see and hear you. You have a Dell, so it should work fine. Did you engage the camera in the address bar? Did you get that part, Kevin? Okay.
yeah.
Is there a line through it? In the address bar to the right, is there a line through it? Okay. Click on it and tell me if the line comes up.
He's trying to get Kevin on now, Carmen.
Okay.
So Kevin, you clicked on it. Did it have a line through it like it was cutting off? Okay, I think I'm asking. No, it says it's on. Okay, so where your screen is, your screen should be large on the computer. Underneath it, does it have a menu underneath it? Is there a line through that camera and a line through that?
I love technology.
Yeah, the only other thing I would say is just make sure that you don't have another browser open that has your camera engaged. So if you were on a Zoom earlier and you didn't close it out, it still has your camera engaged. So you might want to close any other browsers that you have open. Do you have other browsers open, Kevin? So thank you, those of you that are at home. I know that you're wondering what is going on. We're just trying to get everybody back in. It's one of those moments. So thank you, those of you that have hung in there this far, because I want you to hear where everybody is now. You might be surprised to find out. I did that work. I did that work. Did you mean to say, I don't know what you're saying, Kevin, but you closed all of your browsers out except for this one. And underneath your underneath where your photo should be, there's no line through the mic and no line through the camera, right? Okay. Not just on the address bar, but underneath your picture. There should be a menu item underneath the picture that has, it should look like, it should have a mic, a camera, a computer screen, and that probably, and a settings button. Those would probably be the only ones you would have there. I see you big and we are small. Well, you are not at all, and I didn't mean to rhyme. Okay. Not just on the address bar. I'm big,
Okay,
y'all small, and Kevin is not at all.
Can you hear everybody?
Item underneath the
I
picture
can
that
hear.
has, it should look so Carmen, you want to let go of that other device? A camera, a computer screen. You want to let go of that other device, please? Settings button. Those would probably be the only ones you would have there. I see you big and we are small. Well, you are not at all, and I didn't mean to rhyme. So Carmen, I'm big, y'all small. Carmen, not at all. Can she hear me?
Carmen, can you hear Marcus?
I can hear you and Marcus.
Okay, good. I'm just trying to get you to close that other device. Okay, here's Kevin again. We're gonna try
Not
this.
on camera. On this
You want to let go of that other device, please?
Okay, this is different.
Kevin.
Let me see if I can switch over with the camera part.
What do you mean switch over with the camera part?
Yes.
You're on your laptop, right?
Yes.
Then hang up the other thing.
I can hear you and Marcus. I can hear you.
Okay. But I don't want you to have two devices going, because
Yeah,
then we get the echo.
it's too much going on.
Yeah, we don't want the echo. Okay, Kevin. Kevin, I would say go completely out and come back in with that link. Okay. Now, Carmen, why are you on two devices? You're on your laptop, right? Then hang up the other thing. Carmen, hang up one of the devices.
Oh, I see somebody. Hold on.
That's Carmen on two devices.
OMG.
Yeah, we don't want to. Okay, Carmen, you got to hang up one, dear.
Carmen, can you hear? Carmen. Oh, there she goes.
Okay. Okay. Now, Carmen, did you hang up the other device?
I'm off of it.
Did you hang it? Did you close it out? Because I can still hear the echo.
Oh, I'm still on. Hold on.
I see somebody. Hold on.
That's Carmen on two devices.
OMG.
Carmen, you gotta hang up one, dear.
I don't know.
This is from the technology instructor, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
Did I hang up?
This is the technology instructor who was trying to tell us earlier
Oh my
what
God.
we should be doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, close the browsers. Close all your browsers on the other thing.
Please close your browsers.
Do you know how to close your browsers?
It's closed.
This is from the technology instructor. No. It's not closed, Carmen.
Hold on. Let me see.
Do you?
This is the technology instructor who was trying to tell us early.
Cancel.
Okay, Kevin.
Close all your browsers on the other thing.
Kevin, we're trying to bring you in, and I know this is some entertainment for whomever is watching. You should drop in the comments wherever you are and say, this is zanier than the dating show.
There is no more browsers open.
No. It's not closed, Carmen. Okay, so Carmen, what was the other device that you were on?
My iPhone.
Okay, and your iPhone in the browser. Kevin. In the browser. Kevin, we're trying to bring you in. You have to close the actual browser. For whomever's watching, you should drop in the comments wherever you are and say, this is zanier than the dating show.
There's no more browsers open.
Okay, so Carmen, what was the other device that you were on?
My iPhone.
Okay, so Carmen, I'm sure that the browser is still open on your iPhone, so do this for me.
There is no browser.
Okay, just to make sure. cut the iPhone off.
Okay, how about I'm about to turn it off.
Yes, that would be
Yeah.
great. Okay.
Oh, this is hilarious.
And what I think might also be happening on your laptop, you didn't open two browsers, did you? Do this for me.
There is no browser.
Okay, just to make sure. Cut the iPhone off. Right. Bilal is in the comments saying this is the stuff portion of Love and Stuff. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Indeed. Okay, so Kevin, we can't see you or hear you. I don't know if this is you. That's the, let's see. Let me just check it.
Oh my God, hold on.
Be happening. I know Evelyn Graham. Wow is the only thing I could say, except you know we got Carmen on here, and she is an adjunct professor for technology.
Oh Lord.
Of course, she just got this role right before the show. But she is an adjunct professor teaching technology. I know, Karen, it's hilarious. I'm trying to work us through it. Kevin, we can't see you or hear you. I'm going to have to edit this part. Okay. Carmen, I'm pretty sure it's your device.
It's turned completely off.
Well, so my second question was, did you have another screen open?
No.
Okay. All right. Adjunct professor for technology. Okay.
You don't even know what.
Let's see.
No, I'm gonna. Yeah, there's Kevin.
It's working.
So I had to remove.
Am I good now?
Kevin. Hold on, I'm removing the other Kevin. Kevin, you gotta. No, Kevin, you were just fine a second ago.
Can you hear me?
I see him.
Hold on, let me get rid of this one.
Yeah, get rid of the other one. There you go. Okay, Evelyn, you're gonna find out in 1 minute what the dating game is all about. Okay, I think we're almost there.
Tyrone gave up. He said, "Get y'all."
So Kevin, welcome.
Thank you. As I try to hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Very low. I just got to get you onto the right apparatus.
I see.
But I can
Okay,
hear you.
so I can hear you and see you. What a blessing it is. For a minute there, we just had a picture of a ring, and it was like in your lap, and I was like, "This is not what we're showing. We're not doing this today. This is not what we're doing."
I don't know what that was.
Okay, I'm not sure either, but check your screensavers because it was saving something. It was saving something.
I can't call it, man.
So,
I have no idea.
I'm gonna try to play for the folks that are watching because I think they're thoroughly entertained, but I really wanted to entertain them with the actual video. And so Evelyn is asking in the comment, she came on to listen to see what the dating game is all about. When I invited you to the dating game, Kevin, what did you think you were getting into?
Basically, once I got the invite, it was pretty much probably like 20 minutes before I had to be there. And Richard Mason, the one called, and he was like, "Hey man, do this thing with me." And that was pretty much all he said. So I'm like, "Okay, here I come." I didn't realize it was going to be as demanding as it was. Basically, I wasn't prepared. You know, I just threw my hat on and came up there, and having my hat on was what everybody kept talking about. Like, he didn't care. He just put his hat on and showed up. Like,
and I can hear you good.
Ran out the door and tried to show up. So
yeah, I can hear you, but it's kind of breaking up a little bit. So I don't know if you can position yourself for the best connection with your router. I'm hearing you. Yeah, I'm hearing you though. And so I wanted to ask you, it was 20 minutes before Richard Dickey Mason got you to fill in. Like Sonia, we had some people that bailed and you two said you would do it. She had a little more time than you, but you came. Do you regret coming in the hat and the do-rag? Or is that how you would roll up normally?
I don't, because it really is me. You know, I came as myself. So, you know, if a person doesn't like you as yourself, then, you know, that's just not the person for you.
Yeah, and there's still a little bit of static, and some of the viewers are
Does he
acknowledging.
have the earpiece in?
Wait a minute. I'm gonna leave and come back one more time.
Oh
I'm on
Jesus!
a different. I'm on the phone
Does he
now.
have his earpiece
Oh
in?
Jesus! Maybe you
Yeah,
should
but
try
it's not working.
the headphones.
Take the earpiece out and see if that
Oh,
works.
are you
The
using a
earpiece isn't working.
Bluetooth? You using a Bluetooth?
Hello?
Hello?
No. You can hear me better?
No,
Not really.
you gotta take the Bluetooth out.
Same story. Hold on.
So can you
The
do it
earpiece.
without
The
a
earpiece not
Bluetooth?
even working. Now I twist the
Can you
TikTok.
can you do it without the Bluetooth? Okay, he froze.
Hold
So
on.
okay.
There we go. Now I'm doing something else. It says mobile devices are limited. Let me see. Maybe if I get close to the Wi-Fi.
That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great.
Can you hear me? No.
I can see.
My screen is
Keep
flashing.
going.
Crazy. You
Say
can
it
hear me
again.
now? I
It's
said
still the same.
my screen. So I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Oh, maybe.
It's still broken up, but what I think I understood you to say is that's pretty much you. And so if someone doesn't accept that for being you, that you're not for them. And so I want to ask you, as we are, I think I'm a little bit older than you, but as we are getting older, are you finding more women that how do women respond to your braids?
You know what? Can you guys hear me? Just checking before I start talking.
It is still broken up, and Bilal is saying turn the Wi-Fi off. You want to try that? I don't know.
Let's see if that works.
Evelyn is saying, can we do this next week? Evelyn, if we do this next week, you're going to have to be one of the contestants. Now what?
Yep.
No, we are here. We are here and working through our challenges. Will we have to edit this? Maybe so. Who knows? But I wanted you to be able to see these folks and see where they are now. Some of them you might not see as often as much in the Love and Stuff community, but they're very dear to our community and to me. Sonia Sharice is pretty much one of my poster faces for the Gratefulness Journey every day. And she don't even know she on my author's page on Amazon because the Gratefulness Journey started small and it's growing, but of course we wanted to grow more and more and more. So now that I've written a book, it's like this is one of the main people that's in the Gratefulness Journey every day. So you don't get to see her as much in front of the camera, and Sonia doesn't even know this, the All Shades of Beautiful will be ready to release the beginning of the summer. So it's the book that we're writing that's loosely related to Sonia's life and dealing with colorism. So these are people that you don't always see in front of the camera, but they're around the Love and Stuff community. So they were some of the first folks who said, yeah, Marcus, you asked me, so I'm gonna try this thing. And so we thought we'd find out where they are now. So I lost two of my gentlemen. Evelyn says she hasn't been on a real date in years. So let me ask this question that I think Evelyn would ask the two of you. And Carmen, by the way, she said your screen is dark. So I don't know if you can put some light on in where you are. But had you been actively dating? Oh, Evelyn said, what book? Now, Evelyn, I know we're going to fall out.
This is too much.
I know we're going to fall out. And I love you. But I know we're going to fall out, that you don't know that the Gratefulness Journey every day, what are you doing in the next 30 days to transform your life? It's out on Amazon, ebook and paperback.
Go buy it.
You better buy it and you better write a review so that they will see reviews when they go on there to buy it. You better buy that book. Talking about what book? You better go buy that book. Okay. I wasn't even going to plug that today, but go buy the book. Had you been dating before this dating game? Had you been regularly dating?
I'll answer first. I was regularly dating, not like every day or every week or anything like that, but I was going out on dates.
Mm-hmm. Carmen, were you dating?
Off and on. Not necessarily. Nothing serious.
So at the time that we did this, had you been on a date in the 2 weeks prior to that?
Yes.
I can't remember.
Okay. What advice would you give to Evelyn about going out on dates since she hasn't been on a date in a while?
I'm not the best person to ask. I don't go on many dates.
You don't have to.
Oh,
I'm just asking you from your experience off and on, as you characterize it, what would you share with somebody who's just getting back into the dating game?
just go out and have fun. Don't overly analyze the situation like I do.
Would you tell her not to date somebody with braids? I'm asking.
Marcus,
I'm trying to find out what you would tell her.
I wouldn't know because she might like braids.
Okay. All right.
I wouldn't tell her that.
Okay.
I would tell her definitely to stick to her constitution, her foundational principles. And to me, once you see that, because you have some negotiables and some non-negotiables, whatever your non-negotiables are, I would tell someone don't compromise on them.
Mm-hmm. And I mentioned the braids. I know it seemed in jest, but I mentioned it because do you ever at all think that maybe you passed up on a really great guy because of the braids?
Let me tell you something.
Well, let me just, you about to tell me to. Let me just throw this in here though. What Kevin is not at all, in my mind, what you might see or think that he, from his appearance is. He is a creative, a hardworking, hustling, committed kind of guy.
Okay.
And so I'm wondering if the braids throw you off to the place where you pass up a really good thing because your constitution says no braids.
So you like what you like, and that it just is that simple. It does not mean that he is not the end all be all for somebody. He just may not be that person for you if you are not attracted to him. It's no shade towards him or anything like that. I have been going out and having horrible luck as far as dating, and then I would stop, and then I would start, and then I would stop, and even went so far as to say, well, maybe I'm limiting my dating pool, so let me step outside of the box. You like what you like, and even when you step outside of the box, that does not mean you're gonna find the one. So if you don't like it, don't date it, and be yourself and have fun, because that's what it really is all about. Have fun.
Yeah. And I was just going to add to that, Sonia. Before I tried caviar, I said I wouldn't try caviar, but then I tried caviar, and you can't tell me that I wasn't born with caviar because I love it. But if I had never tried it, something that I thought is fish eggs.
Mm-hmm.
What? Why are you gonna? What you doing? Once I tried it and developed a taste for it, it's the same thing with red wine. I used to only like what do they call it? Not champagne, but what's the other bubbly? It's another bubbly something. See, I don't even drink it that much to know it, right? But then someone said, try this red wine. You try the sweeter red wine.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me that I was born to have that. Jesus made water into wine and he meant it for me. You can't tell me. You can't tell me that. But I would have never, if I had never tried. So I always ask, maybe, because I'm Kevin, I'm kind of standing up for you, but not. I think that you are an industrious brother who is hardworking, who is a creative, and who is committed. That I love about you. And so somebody that just sees the braids might be missing out on an extraordinary brother because of the braids. And I agree with Sonia. You like what you like. I'm just wondering, in this place of our life, do we say, let me open myself up a little bit more to something different? That's the question that I'm trying to pose. Not because your options are fewer, but you might pass up a really great guy or woman. Same thing. I know a brother who's passed up a sister, and his reason for passing her up, this was what he said anyway, was that she dresses too provocatively. And I said to myself, you don't really want a sister, because most women, if they get in a relationship, they are more likely to change and transform than a man would. So if he said, baby, I love all your curves, but I don't feel comfortable with all the other guys, most women would start to dress a little differently. So I can't see that being a deal breaker, but she dressed too provocatively. And I'm like, now if she dressed where you could, in the video, Sonya says, oh, I'm showing my, remember that? You was like, I'm showing my breasts. I was like, they only gonna see what you show, right? If you don't show it, if you do.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Oh, this is much better.
Yeah, I had to switch to another phone. Okay, so what I was gonna say in the beginning is
Kevin, now you're sideways.
No, he's not.
He's not for us.
Oh, he's not for you.
No,
upside down for me.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
You're fine. Stay right where you are.
Okay. What I was gonna say is there's a term we use in acting a lot. And we use the term is what's for you is for you. There's no way for you to miss what's for you.
Absolutely.
So, I don't feel that I should change for anyone, like, because somebody is going to be for me. And it's always been that simple. I've never had trouble. Well, I won't say it that way. Let me say it. I've always found who I was supposed to. And it wasn't like I had to try or she had to try. It was organic. When you see that person, they see you interested and they're interested, and boom. Like, so for me, whenever it's worked like that. So
got it.
It's not a thing like they've asked me to cut my braids for roles or for different types of roles, so you can play a soldier or you can play a cop. And the thing is, I don't really want to change who I am to fit into anyone's box. So I'm really comfortable with myself and with what I want to do with my life. So, you meet people, and when people actually get to talking to you, they see the kind of person you are, as opposed to what you look like.
That's what I was saying earlier.
So, I've met plenty of women who see the braids and they think I'm extra thug and tough, and they like that until they actually get to know me, and they like, he too smart to wear those braids, and then they move on. So, it goes both ways. You can get looked at like, some women don't like that look, and they'll meet the real person and see the real person. And some people only like the look and meet the real person and don't like the person. So, you got to do what's right for you in life, I believe.
I do believe that. I think that's fascinating, because I also do believe that you can miss out on what is for you. I do believe that.
How can you miss out on what's for you?
Because you can be in the wrong place when you're supposed to be in the place that God designed for you to be. I think there are too many examples, I think, in life and in scripture for me, where people weren't where they were supposed to be. You can be detoured and not get the thing that was purpose for you and have to settle for something less than was purpose for you. I do believe that.
How can you miss what's purposed for you? Just out of curiosity, like if it's
because you can be out of the place that you're supposed to be when what that is arrives.
I don't know.
Okay. But fascinating.
I hear you though.
Yeah.
I just never it's so funny. Like when I did the Detroiters, right? I got a role on the Detroiters, and when I went in to audition, it was a role I actually didn't want. Like it was a role that they kind of mopped me into a corner and they gave me a gay role. And so I went into the audition with the purpose to not get it, you know, and I was the only one they sent. So it was no not getting it, you know, it was meant for me. So I just don't think you can miss any opportunities you miss were supposed to be missed. That's just my philosophy.
I understand.
But yeah.
We can agree to disagree on that. I understand that.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay, so Carmen, did I lose Carmen?
She stepped out. Looks like she's had to go in another room or something.
I'm sorry,
Wow.
I scared away again.
my charger.
Yeah, but Lau says something can be for you for a period of time, preparing you for what's is for you at a later time. That can be true as well.
I like that.
I think that can be true as well. Oh yeah, but I was talking about the 36 questions. So I was gonna try to play. I don't know if I should try it, but I'm gonna try to play a piece of the video that has Carmen and Kevin in it. I'm gonna try to play a piece of that video that had the two of you in it. Do you remember your time with Carmen? Carmen, do you remember your time with Kevin?
Yes.
I remember she didn't like me.
Carmen, is that a fair assessment?
That's not a fair assessment.
Okay. What would be a fair assessment?
The fair assessment would be I didn't like the braids and the do-rag.
Okay.
And Kevin, do you feel like that she is saying that she didn't like you because you are the braids and the do-rag?
No. I mean, we all got a type. And that's cool, you know. So I didn't take it any kind of way. I just tried to have a good time for those few minutes that we were talking.
And did you enjoy the conversation, the two of you?
Yeah, I mean, she was cool. She was cool. So, you know, and she was friendly. She wasn't really, you know, offensive or trying to, you know, hurry up, let's get this over with. She was just having a conversation. It seemed like it was a conversation that she didn't want to really have, but she was going to be polite about it.
Okay. All right. I think that's a fair assessment, Carmen, right?
Yes, it could be fair.
Okay. All right. All right. Let me see if I can pull up the part of the clip where you and where Carmen and Kevin meet. Hang tight. Don't fail us now.
Oh, shit, I can do this.
Don't fail us now.
Oh, good old technology.
Okay. Get it to. So I am pulling up the clip where Carmen and Kevin meet for the first time. Let's see.
I think I'm the only person here.
You're the only person here?
Oh, no, I'm just thinking out loud. Sorry.
Okay.
My roommate's gone.
Got you. Okay. All right. So Carmen's sitting down with me, I think.
I hope they left. Did they leave their papers with me? I saw your producer. Make sure they did.
Of course, I'm eating as usual.
Carmen. Original love and stuff. Yes. So I am stoked that you are here. So that you came out of your shell. And you kind of have the shell about Carmen. And so you came out of your shell and you are here. I'm so glad that you are here. Thank you. A little bit about yourself.
Well,
how old are you?
I'm 46 years old.
Are you single?
I'm single.
And what is single?
I'm not dating anyone. I'm not married. I'm not connected to anyone.
Okay. All right. And you have children?
I have two sons, 26 and 25.
Okay.
And I also have two grandsons. So both sons have allergies.
Okay.
And they are totally enjoying my life.
Okay. And what is your ideal date like?
If you went on a date and you had the choice of what it is like, what you're going to experience, what would that date like?
Definitely a date where I would want the young man to make the plans. And I want to say surprise me. Hopefully he will ask a couple of questions and then he will just plan the date. You know, I'm not good with someone saying, where you want to go? And I'm like, well, where you want to go? No, we're not doing that. So, you know, he has a date planned out. He calls and he verifies, you know, okay, are we still on for whatever day? I'm not sure. I'm still kind of iffy. Want to pick me up in my place or we meet.
Okay.
So I think that's something that, you know, depending on the young man. Flowers. Just a gentleman, you know, car door. I don't open up doors or anything like that when I'm with a man. Just don't do that. So, you know, just a gentleman.
So you said earlier, don't make you any more nervous than you are. Why are you nervous?
Because this is almost like a blind date.
Yes.
Because I don't get to see the person. He doesn't get to see me.
Until he walks in.
And, you know, I don't go out. So this is a little different. And the few people that I have gone out, I know them. So it's not like somebody that I'm getting to know, like, officially off the cuff.
Got it. Take a deep breath. We're getting ready to bring in Kevin Tate. And have a little bit of your red wine. All right. All right, coming right on in, Kevin Tate. See right here.
How are you?
All right. Okay. Cheese and crackers. We got cheese and crackers. All right. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, wow. My name's Kevin Tate. I'm a filmmaker. I work at Pepsi. I'm an artist, and I just like to do creative things.
Okay. And how old are you?
42. I have three sons.
Okay. Okay. Single?
Single.
And Carmen has a single. So her single means unattached, available. Yes. Okay. Very good. All those things. Okay. And what is your ideal date like?
Oh man, I think my ideal date.
And I'm asking the question because you can talk to her.
I gotta talk a little while. Sorry, I have to project. I think my ideal date would really just be going somewhere with someone and having fun. It's really not, for me, it's not about where we go. It's just about being with the person, you know, and enjoying the company of the person. So it wouldn't matter where I was with if I was with the right person. So
okay. And so what's fun?
Oh, I mean, you know, as a creative, you know, what's fun to me is performing. You know, we do a lot of plays, we do a lot of filming, getting on stage, doing that kind of stuff, improv. That's what I like to do. But I like to go places and support my friends too, because a lot of my friends are in plays and stuff. So I like to go to the plays and enjoy what's being, you know, presented to us. That's just fun.
So you like plays. I like it. So what's your ideal date be like?
Yes,
is that yeah?
We're gonna just we're just gonna go right through it. Yeah. Like I guess we would go somewhere. We'd have a good dinner. We'd watch a show.
And what kind of dinner? What kind of food do you like?
I'm a dude, you know. Just give me some food. It really doesn't matter to me, you know. I just want to eat something nice. It varies, you know. We all over the place, from Italian to soul food or whatnot. Chinese. Everybody like Chinese food because it's so much. Have some left. A lot of people like.
Everybody like Chinese.
We don't like Chinese food,
Okay.
but we go somewhere else.
I like vegetable fried rice.
Okay.
That's the stick of it.
Okay.
I mean, I just, you know, that's just one of the things we grew up on. But no, it's cool. Like just, and that's, you know, as the guy, you know, I wouldn't necessarily choose the restaurant. It would be more of where she would be comfortable, where would she enjoy, and go, like I said, go catch a show and maybe have a drink. I don't drink a lot, but maybe have a drink and sit down.
Okay. And you heard Carmen says that she likes a gentleman. She likes you to open the doors, bring her flowers. How do you feel about that kind of stuff? Well, I was raised by my mother, so that's a part of the game. You should be that guy, stand on the side by the street. But you say that's part of the game. That's part of the game of life, if you will. As a man, you do open doors, you pull chairs, walk, like I said, walk on the outside of the street with the woman. It's just little stuff like I'm used to being around women, so I'm used to doing things like that, I guess. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to let you all ask each other some questions. Did you do that? That's my first question. Yes. I'll ask some questions to each other. Wait, one more question. So you're drinking. I'm drinking juice, and she's drinking. With a red wine. Cheers. Sweet. Red wine. Okay, I like that you cheers already. Okay, that's how we normally close. But go ahead. Okay. Tell me first. I couldn't really hear what was going on before I got out here. So that's good to know. What is your idea? I think. Okay. Well, we just discussed that. My idea is somewhat opposite of what you just said. So I would like for the young man to plan the day. I would like for him to pick the restaurant. I would like for him to call and verify, as far as, okay, are we still online? How do you want me to pick you up? Should we meet at the restaurant? My ideal date is, of course, bringing flowers. That's always a plus. My ideal date is just someone that wants to get to know me and doesn't spend a lot of time, on himself. Okay. My question to you would be, what makes you unique? Oh, wow, great question. I got 6 names. No, I think what makes me unique is that I never be like anybody else. I always want to achieve my next thing. I always want to. What you're doing doesn't sway what I'm doing. I've always had dreams, goals, and aspirations, and always been blessed to have the drive to chase them and achieve them. Who are some of the people that are special in your life? Like real people, not like artists, like Prince and Michael Jackson. No, my mother, my sister, my nieces, my sons, my family. Well, I guess, and my friends. I got a lot of really good active friends who we really got a network and support each other really, really well. So those guys are special to me. Who is special to you? My sons. I have 2 sons, 27, well, one will be 27 next time. So 26 and 25. And then I have 2 awesome grandsons, 1 and 5. So both of my sons have a son. So they're like at the top of the chain, like top priority. Isn't it funny? I got a grandson. I just got a grandson. My oldest son just had a baby in December. So yeah, my grandson was born in December. It's funny how you can fall in love with a baby so fast. That's not yours. It's the bomb. So I'm happy about it. What other questions? Oh, I wasn't prepared with questions. So, what dreams or goals do you have for have had? Well, my dream right now, or my goal right now, is I started my doctoral degree program, but I have not finished. So I'm at a crossroad where I'm trying to figure out, do I want to continue on with that degree, or do I want to study a little bit harder to possibly get into law school? So that's my immediate goal. Eventually, I would like to have a youth resource center. And that would be to the criminal justice center, where preferably instead of our youth being incarcerated, that they can go through a program in lieu of being locked up. And it would be a very stringent program. So it's not like something say, oh, I'd rather go to that program because it probably would be harder
than, you know, you actually going and doing time. Basically, help you out in the end. Yeah, it would be something that's actually catered to the individual. So each person will be under a different program depending on what's going on in their life at that time. And then sometimes it would include family, you know, like whoever, mom or dad, or whoever is helping, you know, with, you know, the young person. That's life changing. That's very nice. And make sure you keep your voice. Oh, sorry, that's life changing. I'm going to the comments. I like that. And I want you to get a sheet and get ready to vote. Get ready to vote. What are we saying here? Doctoral studies, somebody has hands raised. Q Latrice Merritt. Okay, some people are saying ones, twos. Amen, Carmen. She likes a man to take charge. Why does he have that hat on? They're asking that question. I have to say, that's not a Love and Stuff shirt. No, it's not. No, Cece, we're not really going to block you for real. I was just saying that. We really aren't going to block you. Not yet. Okay, so we got some ones, some twos. Different people have their initial votes for you. Okay, you ready to vote? Give me the numbers again.
4 means that you go out on a date today. 3 means I'm not so sure. 2 means I need a lot more information. 1 means no information. Okay, keep it simple. All right, so you gotta write her name, you gotta write his name and the number. But don't let each other see the number. So you just like this. Okay, some people are voting 3. CC is laughing. No, we're not gonna put you out yet. It's love and self. We can't just put you out the first time you cut up. Is it not right?
No, it's
Oh, that's uncomfortable. Oh, it's tops on both ends. Yeah, it's 2. It has 2 tops. Yeah.
How is it? Oh.
Okay. That's 0 for Carmen. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, come on. So come stand here. Yep, you're just showing them. You gotta kind of shift your eyes a little bit. Like this. Yes, you do. Okay, you do that. You go over here, and you have a seat there. And come back. You come. Get your wine. How's the wine?
It's actually okay.
Okay. Okay. All right. I want you to leave your. And so, Carmen, we talked about this earlier. You see that you gave him a 4, right? And he gave you a 2.
I was shocked. I thought she was gonna give me a 0.
Well, she got confused, I think. I think she, even though I told her the scale, she flipped it. And I think she
changed it.
Yeah, she wanted to change it, but I think she got, you know, lost in the moment and was like, 4.
Oh my God. I was thinking it was golf.
Thinking that 4 was 1. So she gave you a 4. And I was like,
oh, man.
I couldn't just, you know, be like, oh, really? Because,
So
you know,
nicer.
I could tell.
So I was nicer.
Yeah. But you know what? You all asked really great questions.
Oh, man.
I thought those were some of the great questions of the night. You know, what are your goals? What are your dreams? So we want to hear some of that. Thank those that have been watching and watched through all of our challenges. I'm going to play a small clip of Sonia and Kevin.
Oh, I would know. Oh,
yeah. Your inner monologue is broken. Yes, you went out with all 3.
I didn't say anything. It's been it's been like 2 years, man.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody went out with the same thing. Tyrone had the same issue. He didn't remember Kia. All 3 guys out to all 3 girls. Yeah, that's how that went. So I'm gonna play a small clip. It is really a small clip of Kevin and Sonia. I'm gonna play that small clip. Then I want to ask you all, did this inform how you go forward in relationship, and where are you now? So don't leave us if you're here. You want to hear where they are now. All right, let me play this small clip. This is Sonia and Kevin. And I don't know if you watched Carmen's body language as Kevin was coming in, but she softened a little bit. So that was good. All right. And here we go.
Okay, tell us something about yourself.
My name is Kevin. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a writer and actor. I also work at Pepsi. I'm 42. I have 3 sons, teenagers.
Okay. Simon, I'm 48. I have 2 children. They're both adults. Work for the Postal Service. Been there for a while. Like to travel.
Yeah.
I like music. I like concerts. That sort of thing.
You look artistic. Do you make music?
Absolutely. No, I do not have an artistic bone in my body.
Sure.
I'm positive. I do not. I love the arts. I'm fascinated by them. I'm always amazed at people when I meet people that have that creative gene.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I do. What is that you would like in a mate?
In a mate, one of the main things, I guess for me, in a mate would be somebody who I can talk to. Somebody that would actually want to know about what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times in a relationship, you kind of get so tired of each other that you can't really talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like someone that I could talk to, somebody that would be happy when I'm happy and not upset because I'm happy. Vice versa.
Why would you come across people that were upset when you?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends. Like, with acting, for instance, it's as actors we talk about it a lot. We talk about it often, and if you're not into that, then it kind of gets redundant. Somebody, you can't go. Well, honey, guess what happened on set today? And she don't want to hear that after so many days. You don't hear that, so you have to have like mind or like interest.
So do you ever ask her how her day was or what interests her?
Well, I mean, I would. I have in the past, yes. I'm easy to. I like to listen, so I'm one of those kind of people. I like to talk and listen and interject and things like that. It's just sometimes you have to dance around your conversation. I would like someone that I wouldn't have to dance around my conversation.
Gotcha. Understandable.
Yeah. What about you? What's the ideal mate for you?
Someone who is honest and loyal and thinks that I'm hung the sun in the moon. No, there's somebody I can get along with. It makes me laugh. I'm kind of serious, so somebody that's.
You're kind of serious.
I'm more of a serious person. Like I'm more, linear thinking, and I'm very, I'm usually very serious. Not that I can't let loose and have fun, but sometimes it takes other people to bring that out of me. So I'll use the creative thing. For instance, I know I'm not creative. A lot of my friends are, so I kind of tend to associate myself with people that can bring things out of me that I don't necessarily have. You know what I'm saying?
What's your sign?
Scorpio.
That's the one everybody likes.
Well, of course they do.
Yeah, obviously.
Why wouldn't they?
And why wouldn't they? What is that? Scorpios are fire, right? I'm not really a zodiac person, but I know why. Personally, I connect with.
Oh, okay.
I'm Capricorn. I don't know. And what does that mean?
When is your birthday?
To me, it doesn't mean anything. It's just experience.
Okay. Because they say some Capricorns like to get their way.
I thought that was on Capricorn.
He said something like Capricorns like to what?
Get their way.
Oh, I'm a Capricorn.
Like that. You know, with us being the first and the last, if you will, we're actually normally leaders. We're normally like to get their way. I mean, well, everyone likes to get their way, though. That could go to anything. Yes. But we're determined, highly sexual. Well, and we're determined to achieve whatever it is in front of us. So I like that about us. Okay. And what does her being a Scorpio tell you? It doesn't. Scorpios are adventurous, right? If you follow the sign. Okay, king like me. Yeah. I just know my personally, me and Scorpios can. That's okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Yeah. You got some pretty eyes. Well, thank you very much. Okay. Appreciate that. All right. I'm gonna keep asking questions. So, how do you feel about women that are aggressive? You said you connect well with Scorpios, right? You know Scorpio women aggressive. I haven't met a lot, but you haven't met a lot of Scorpio. You haven't met a lot of what? Scorpio. Good answer. So how do you know? I'm just saying that the ones that have. Good answer. Yes, good answer. I don't have anything against aggressive women unless they want to fight me. Other than that, we're because they don't want to hurt me, you know. Yeah. So no. So when I say aggressive, I mean like take charge, you know, just independent, know what they want, and that sort of thing. No, I mean you see, I was raised by my mother, so you know, always you have an expectation of women having some take charge to them, and obviously taking charge of their lives, taking charge of what they want, and getting what they want. That's fine. My only issue is once it goes over to where she's taking charge of what you want and what you're trying to do, and vice versa for me and women. I don't think men should control what women doing and where they going and what they wearing and all that crap either. So it should be a partnership as opposed to a battle. So you don't have a problem with, or let me rephrase that. Would you have a problem with a woman asking you out on a date? No. So say you had a relationship and you guys were going wherever, I don't know, to dinner. Who's going to choose the restaurant? That could vary. I personally do a lot of stuff, so it wouldn't be where I feel like I have to choose. Sometimes some women like you to choose. Some women like to have the choice. I'm really more of a, like you said, if you're in a relationship, it's not really a choice. Where you want to go, or where do I? Well, I might be feeling Italian today, but you might not. So it's not like we have to go where I want to go, or we have to go where you want to go. It's just where we both want to go. So, do you think men and women have certain roles? And I promise I'm going to let you ask some questions. Cool. No. Traditionally, yes, but not. It's more figurative. Like, say, men do have. We are supposed to be providers. Oh, well, that's how I was raised. You know, we're supposed to be, yeah. Or you are. I mean, you said, do we have these traditions, these roles? Do you feel like? I mean, I take care of mine, and whoever is mine, you know, if it's my kids or my nephews, my sister, my mother, my woman, whoever is mine, I take care of them. But I don't feel that a woman can't work or can't stay at home or can't do whatever it is she wants to do. I really would like my woman to be happy, so I would want her to do what she wants to do, as opposed to saying, "Well, I don't want you to do that." I might not want you to do it, but if it's going to make you happy to do it, then that's okay with me. So I don't know if that answers your question. Not really, but I kind of see what you're saying. Okay. Well, but I want to. No.
He still wore a baseball cap to meet 3 women, but she said, "Don't judge a book by its cover. He's insightful. These might be set up questions." Going, yeah. Yes, I see him trying. Yes, he does. He likes her. They were highly sexual. He's digging her. He is digging her. All right, yes, we do. Cute. Interesting. They seem to be getting along. What movies has he been in? He looks familiar. Have you been in a movie they say you look familiar? What movie?
I mean, I've done a lot of stuff. I've been acting for 5 years.
Oh, God. Roll some credits. While he's doing that, Kim, I'm going to keep asking. Off-Rip No Travel, no something.
Google me.
No, don't say that. Come on, roll something. No. We don't want them to leave the show.
No, we don't. Don't leave the show.
Yeah. She's come right with her career. Okay, he's sincere. She's trying to get food out. Ask the people to follow her on social media. I've heard of her a lot. She is very known. I want some. He just wanted to get close to you. Is she flirting with Richard? Rashida, are you flirting with Richard? They're asking. Yes.
No.
And she's not on the show. She's not on the show.
Tell me this right, know each other. You're cool, we friends.
She's not on the show. But yeah, she's flirting. That's too many sprays. I love my shirt. Thank you. I love it. I'm glad y'all love your shirt. Please wear them and send me pictures. They like your jacket. Separation may have been since September, but the marriage could have been over for years. Every situation is different. That's what I said. Yeah. Valencia, I'm so glad you're here, Mama B. Because I didn't want them to try to co-handle Kia. That ain't right. I mean, they're entitled to that opinion. Yeah. So y'all having a good conversation. That's good. But I want to kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What you saying?
Oh no, we were just listening to some of the comments. Something about the hat.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody hates the hat.
Yeah. Explain the hat.
The hat is
Because let me explain. So you walk out here and you see the hat. What do you think?
Just what I thought.
And what does like? It's different.
It just means he worked. The hat doesn't necessarily bother me. The do-rag would be.
And what did the do-rag say to you?
He's at home. He doesn't care because he's out and that's like me coming out with my star phone.
Got it.
That's what that is.
Got it. And hearing that, what do you think?
I mean, it makes sense. Basically, the hat and the do-rag is because my hair isn't freshly done. I got braids, so I didn't want to have my hair not looking as crispy as possible. So I wore the hat. Plus, I was coming from filming, and this is basically what I had on.
And you said
so. I am working on a movie right now, and I can't just get my hair done because it has to look like it did yesterday.
Got it.
So that's what happened. And I found out about this at the last minute.
Yeah,
so,
trying to explain.
I was talking to her.
Yes.
So I ain't
So cut them. Cut them some of that flat.
A little flat.
Yeah, I ain't gotta cut me. Y'all
cut them some slack. Okay. Are you ready to vote? Yes. Okay. All right. Under a piece of paper. All right. Again, it is 4. If they're ready to go on a date now. 3 and 2. I definitely need more information. 1, it's not a connection. So what do you think? One of the Kim is asking, filming what movie? I don't know. Can you say?
My new movie's called Famous. I already edited it. Filming and edited it now.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Some people are saying 3. Somebody said a 4. Some people are voting 4s. Some people are saying 4s, 3s. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can get Kimberly Wagner in. I want to hear her comment. I want to see what she thinks. She's not gonna cuss you out. You can really cuss on loving stuff. We cuss after. No, we do not. Okay, Kimberly Wagner, just come in for a second. I want to. Oh, Q Latrell says 2. Brenda Landry says 3. Chaplain Pauline Delbray, thank you so much. I'm just trying to get. Let me see if I can. Trying to ask a quick question. Deborah Hill says 2. Tamika Austin is joining us. It's a great show. My social producer is going to kill me if I don't get this time frame, but I'm going to work on it. Rashida. I'm telling you, this is a beautiful place, but I'm just not sure he can come back. Wendy Brown, if you come in, I just want to ask someone who's willing to come on. Now that you've heard Kevin's explanation about his appearance, because we did have another gentleman, I won't call his name, but he could not make it, so I had to get a sub. And so there is our sub. But he is filming, he's an actor. What do you say if you meet him? The whole thing tonight wasn't like the eHarmony. It is like people literally walking up to someone they never met before and engaging in conversation and seeing whether or not it's enough to continue conversation. So that's the whole premise behind it. It's not eHarmony and I matched all of the things and this person likes skin, this likes dark skin, this person likes Stan, this person likes Saw. It wasn't any of that. It's in your everyday life, are you passing up the experience to find love unlike you've ever seen? And it's not always going to be packaged the way that you order it. And so are you open to that? And what do you do when the ball is tossed to you? Do you shoot your shot? Do you hold him back because he has a hat on? What do you do? And so that's kind of the premise of it tonight. First impression is everything, okay? Sonia, is that you? Andre Gray is on here. He says, Sonia, is that you?
I'm sorry.
Andre Gray, do you know him?
Hi, Andre.
He says, is that you?
Yes, that's me.
I think they may have something. No. Okay, Christian Hooks. Okay, ready to go? Okay, come on. Yep. Okay, thank you.
My turn.
Your turn. Yeah, sit down or walk away. You sit down. All right. Okay, thank you. And let's toast our meeting.
Okay, so that you got to see where they voted at, how they landed. How was that interaction for you? Was it similar, Sonia, to what Carmen was saying? You were trying to just make conversation, or did you really get to see, oh, this is a cool dude?
No, I thought he was really nice. I thought he wasn't really answering my questions. Sometimes I thought he was kind of getting tongue tied, but I thought he was a nice guy.
Okay.
Like, I was really asking questions to get the answers.
Got it. And Kevin, what did you think of Sonia?
I thought she was really cool. She had them real pretty eyes. Like maybe that's why I was tongue tied. I don't know. I was lost in the sauce. She seemed like a really dope person though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. There is another segment when you all come together. I may have to play that another time, but I want to get to where you are now. So Carmen, I want to come back to you. Back then you were talking about your doctoral degree and maybe considering going to law school. How has dating been since then and where are you now?
Well, dating has been in the last year a little slow. I was seeing someone.
And when you say a little slow, what does that mean?
In the last year, I haven't went on a date.
Okay.
I really don't have a lot of time. And I know that's maybe an excuse, but between work and school, I just really don't have the time.
Got it. Do you have the interest?
Yes and no.
What's the no part?
I think I will have the interest if the right person comes along. If it appears that I will be wasting my time, I don't put forth the effort.
I understand that. I guess I'm asking, do you have an interest currently? Not are you putting in effort?
Interest.
Do you have it?
I did, but
you did.
Yes.
Okay. Almost. You did have an interest, when I'm saying interest, are you interested in being in a relationship now, even though you don't have time? Maybe I should ask it that way.
Yes.
Okay. It's because you don't have time that you're not in one now.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anything else you want to tell us about where you are now in school? How's that doctoral? Are you still pursuing that or you gave that up? What you doing?
Well, I gave it up at the time that we did the dating game. But in 2019, I started back up, so I'm towards the end of the program now.
Okay, wonderful.
Congratulations.
Wonderful.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you.
wonderful. And Kevin, where are you now? Are you currently dating? What's going on in your life? Where are you now?
I am in a poly relationship, so I got like 10 women. No, I'm just joking. No,
We can do that show too.
No, actually, like once again, we have the people who are close to us, and with the people that we care about. But as far as relationships go, I done moved to California now, and finished up the movie that I was filming then when I couldn't change my hair, and that's on Amazon Prime now, famous. So watch it when you can. And
Let me ask you a direct question because I hear what Sonia's saying now. I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Are you in a relationship? You said we got people that we close with. What you saying?
it's complicated.
Okay, I'll take that one. I take that because you're like we got people that we close with.
Everybody
I'm
has
like,
somebody to love, or you want to have somebody to love when you can, at least. But since I'm out of state, I wouldn't say I'm in a relationship, so it's complicated.
Okay, I take that because you kind of went around it. I was like, where we
No,
at?
I was just trying to answer all the questions at once. But yeah.
Okay, all right. So it's complicated, and you now live in California. What part of California?
I'm in the Valley. I'm in LA.
Okay, you're in LA, and tell us what you're doing. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. I am finishing up my next feature film, and we about to have a premiere for that. And I'm basically just working on building my career and taking it to the next level.
Mm-hmm. And do you see love out there, or should I leave that alone because it's complicated?
No. I mean, I'm focused out here. I'm focused on what we got to do, on the task at hand.
Got you. And Sonia Charisse, what is going on with you? What would you say is what's going on?
Well, after that little loving stuff, dating game or whatever, I had applied for a position out of state. I was going to move. I felt like there was just nothing here that was keeping me here anymore. And unfortunately, I did not get that. I was kind of devastated initially. But since then, and definitely since COVID, just a lot of things going on personally, dealing with COVID, people very close to me passing away, a couple almost passing away. It was just a crazy year last year. And so towards, I would say about the middle of the year, I ended up reaching out to a guy that I used to date, and we were really good friends, and we hadn't talked in a while. And I just wanted to know how he was doing and making sure he was still alive because I couldn't take another death and yada yada yada. And long story short, we ended up getting back together, and now we're engaged. So we're going to be married.
Congratulations!
Next year. So yeah, so we're engaged now.
Wonderful, awesome. Congratulations. Yeah, I know that both you and Carmen, since our dating game, have had personal losses. Carmen's mom, your brother. What, if anything, have those losses taught you about pursuing love, or about redeeming the time, or about the shortness of time?
Oh goodness! Now every time you always get teary eyed. I'm not gonna do it today. I'm not. Life is so short, and if nothing else, I have, not that I was before, but it's just amplified now. You cannot take any moment or anything or anyone for granted. Tomorrow is just not promised. So whatever it is for me, whatever it is I feel like I need to do, I'm just gonna do it. And that I just because that's what I need to do to be happy. Life is too short to be anything but happy.
Okay. And Carmen, anything you want to add?
I think it has taught me to pursue everything that I had put on the back table. It has taught me to put myself first. And it has taught me to love and, love, unconditionally, in a sense where the people that God has placed in my life, to love them unconditionally where they are.
Okay, I think that's great. In this current time, we're doing these 36 questions that lead to love. So I'm gonna have to share those with you. We had strangers or people who don't know each other that happen to be in the community ask each other these 36 questions in a certain sequential order, and to see whether or not it created some kind of instantaneous intimacy. And for two of them, it did. And so it's 36 questions that have led to them being off the market. So we'll see if we can interest any of you in those 36 questions. Of course, as Kevin said, you can Google it. You can Google, you can get the questions, the 36 questions, so that you can ask somebody, any stranger. It's like your elevator pitch, and you're asking each other these 36 questions, which keep getting deeper and deeper as you go through the list of questions. So before we go and wrap up, I'm sorry that Richard Dickey Mason didn't join us, because I wanted to be able to show his clips, but I think it would only be fair if he's present to be able to respond to his parts. And we lost Tyrone, so we might have to have a part 2, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to ask you, for people that might participate in this coming behind you, are there any pointers that you would give to them about participating in this dating game the way that it is, the way that you experienced it? What advice would you give?
Me?
We can start with you. Absolutely.
I think maybe the most advice I could give is maybe you should be looking for love as opposed to just trying to have fun. If you're going on love and stuff, maybe you should actually be looking for love.
Okay.
I would offer to piggyback off what Kevin just said, is to come with an open heart, to love and to be loved, and to see beyond the physical.
Okay. Sonia?
I guess my advice, hey, my fiance just got in the house.
Oh, wonderful.
My advice would be, I think, just to be intentional. If you are not trying to be in a relationship or looking for a relationship, then don't lead someone on. And if you are, say that. Just, in whatever you're doing, just be intentional and just be authentic. And I think that, whatever comes to you or is supposed to come to you will.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So just as a follow-up to that, so someone that isn't really sure of what they're looking for or looking for love, you would not recommend them to participate. Is that a fair statement?
If they are not open, because you might not necessarily go into it with the expectation to find someone, but you might be open if it happens. Mm-hmm. If you're not even open to it happening, then I would say don't do it.
Okay. And so to Kevin's earlier point, you could be going to have fun if you're open and find more than fun. Absolutely. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But not if you know that you got other situations going on, or you're not going to be open to the process. Should you be acting as if you're open to the process? Right.
Might be a prerequisite question.
And I noticed too that I was asking a lot of like relationship type questions, or like where's your mind at type questions, for that reason, because I don't like to waste my time. So it's kind of like Carmen said, if she goes out with someone and she doesn't think it's going anywhere, she's not about to waste her time. And that's really where I was at. And so you have to ask those questions, because sometimes the answers are just that, people aren't as transparent as they should be. So you have to ask those questions, those open-ended questions, so that you'll get the answers that you need.
Do you feel like everybody that you talked to in this was being open and transparent?
No.
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 It was me, wasn't it?
No.
No, actually, you were the one that was open.
Wait,
Right. I honestly don't. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I was not thinking you either. I don't know if I don't know if it was intentional or not, but I
Kevin
don't.
just said it was me. It was me.
It was me. I know. I was
It
holding
really
back.
right.
I'm sorry.
It really wasn't. It really
It actually wasn't you this time.
No, it wasn't. And I don't think it was something that was intentional, but I don't think that everybody was open and transparent. No.
Did you pick up on that in the conversation? Did you pick up on
No.
it and figure it out, or was it after that you figured out they weren't open? How did you know that how did you pick that up?
Because he didn't call me back like he said he would.
Oh, okay. That's pretty direct.
And I think for me, two of the young men,
yeah,
they had a lot of excuses of why they was not as open as they could be in relationships, whether it was the children, whether it's the job, whether it's, life. It was just, yeah.
Because it's like what Carmen said. If she's busy, but she wants to be in a relationship, and if the right person presented himself, she would be, even though she's very busy. People do what they want to do. They make time for who and what they want to make time for, and it really is just that simple. And sometimes it's just not you or me or whoever.
That goes back to what's for you is for you.
Could be. And what then does that say about someone who goes into the process knowing that
they're not open, or that they're not
slick?
I would just have to for me, I wouldn't be able to fully trust them, or it might take time. So say if something transpired and I ended up spending time with somebody like that, I would have one eye open. When I got one eye on you for a minute, you got to prove yourself now, because my experience with you was this. So if that is not who you are, now I have to see.
Okay. And so in your conversation, were there any deal breakers that you heard where you were like, oh, this conversation's over in my mind?
Not for me.
Okay.
I don't remember hearing any deal breakers.
What about Kevin or Carmen?
I can't remember verbatim the conversation with the third guy, but I know that he was
the third guy. You're gonna have to help me out. It's three guys.
It wasn't Tyrone. It wasn't Kevin.
Guy,
it was
Richard,
okay. It wasn't Tyrone. It wasn't Kevin. Then it was Richard. Tiki.
I think he was still kind of new, if I can remember, to a separation or something like that. So it didn't seem that he was totally healed, because I think, if I can remember, he was still trying to get used to being a single dad, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't.
He had two or three daughters that he was raising or something like that, and saying he was moving or had just moved or something like that. Yeah.
So he wasn't, in my opinion, he wasn't ready for love, let alone for a relationship.
Okay. Is that what he presented to you?
That's what he presented.
Got you. Okay. And who did you connect with the easiest and the best, and who did you not connect with at all?
It's been too long. We didn't live so much life since then. it's like you don't necessarily really remember that. You know, you kind of focus on what did work in life as opposed to what didn't. With me specifically.
Gotcha.
I think
Anybody else?
I think for me, with Tyrone, because of, like I say, the career, and then I think with his retired position, he worked in a school, and I was currently a fourth grade teacher. So I was interested in um, the career path that he had went on, and with the him being the first African American officer in Livonia, that was very interesting to me. The least interesting person to me, because I couldn't really get past um, the appearance, was Kevin. Begin because I couldn't get past the do rag and baseball cap. Um, Although I was hearing what he was saying, I couldn't really hear what he was saying.
Okay. Sonia, what about you?
Thank you.
I think it was Tyrone because he had more he was like closer to my age, and like we had more in common. The conversation just kind of flowed, naturally. Um and as far as Kevin and Richard, I think it was kind of like even. I didn't get like a negative vibe from either of them. So it was,
Mm-hmm.
just kind of, it was just just like a good conversation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That did come up, the age, a lot in the comments. People were, especially with you and Richard, Sonia, because there was an 8-year difference, and I thought in the 40s that wouldn't be as big a difference to most people, but it was to some people.
It was to me too.
So it was an issue for him being 8 years younger than you.
Not just that, the small children, and not saying that that's a deal breaker, but I think those are things that I consider. Like,
Because I think now his girls are young adults. One of them is probably 20 now, but they were teenage girls. But you thought that was smaller to you because you had adult children. Gotcha.
Right. And he's dealing with things that I don't have to deal with anymore.
Gotcha.
So those, like I said, it's not a deal breaker, but when I was dating, those are things that I would consider.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what about you, Carmen? Because at that time, I think you were 46, he was 40. Does that 6-year make a difference? Kevin was 42, 4 years. Does that make a difference?
Not so much made a difference. I was looking more at the maturity level as I was talking to the individuals. So, not age didn't matter because they were over 40. It was just the maturity part that was a concern for me.
Would you, just as a follow-up to that, would you date somebody under 40?
I think the lowest that I would go would be 30.
So let's see.
I'm just playing. No,
you don't have to be playing. This is your life.
Live your life.
This is your life. If 30 floats your boat, float.
I think 40, 45, 46 would be the lowest that I would go.
Okay. We can hear you. 45, 46. Yeah. But and you are what now, Carmen?
49.
Okay. So just okay. Not 40. 40 would be
no.
Okay. Okay. And now, I mean, you're engaged, but if you weren't, Sonia, would 40 be too young now that you are 50?
I dated a guy that was 8 years younger than me. It didn't work. It's just nice guy, but it's just we're not at the same place. We weren't at the same place.
Okay.
I think that all three of the young men that you had on as participants are really good guys. Um, I think each one of them in their own, perspective or their own right, um, are generally some good guys that will find someone to love them like they should be loved. Um, and they all was goal oriented. So they were, they had a focus, they had dreams, they had aspirations. So, um, I really appreciated that um, concerning our African American men.
Mhm.
So, I have to, say that.
Okay.
Although I think you and I have discussed before, I'm kind of into interracial dating.
Mhm. We have. I don't know if that's, a calling card for another show. You know, if you're trying to get another dating show, you can just ask, you can just, you can just say it. You want some Caucasian brothers in the mix for the next dating game that you're in. If that's what you're trying to say, you can just put it out there.
Marcus,
If that's what you
Marcus,
want.
Please.
I think you should go ahead and hook my girl up.
But what Carmen told us earlier is that she doesn't have time.
But she also said that if the right person presented himself, she would make time because she wants to be in a relationship. You didn't
Thank
hear
you,
that
Tanya.
part.
I heard that part. Can you see my face? Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm serious. I do want a relationship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe you as much as belief can be. Yeah.
That is so
Marcus, don't do
nice,
her like
Marcus.
that. This
Yeah. So
I want my
we'll make sure that there are all types of people in the next dating game, so that Carmen can have more of what she likes. The goal of the dating game, though, was more of you meeting strangers. Now, if you're inclined to meet a lot of Caucasian brothers, we should have them in there, right?
Yes.
If in your everyday life you meet Caucasian brothers, absolutely. Because really, I didn't want to carry you out of who you would normally meet, if that's who you would. So if that's who you would meet, I definitely want to have some brothers from the other mother. Yes, definitely. Definitely want to make sure. Yeah.
Marcus, all the faces that you are making.
Well, so in my mind, because again, you all are telling me what you like is what you like. I get it. And my counter to that was, but I didn't like fish eggs until I had them. I didn't know how much I would like them. And now you can't tell me that I didn't always have caviar, because I love it, right?
Okay.
And so I'm saying, Carmen, sure, I can go get Johnny. Johnny is blonde hair and blue eyes. But I'm wondering, does Carmen just need to open herself up?
To whom?
To whomever.
To whomever.
To whomever.
I am open.
Because if you're telling me that you only want a Caucasian brother, then I think you're telling me something different than what I thought I was hearing earlier.
No. I'm not saying only Caucasian, but that's my preference. But I'm not saying that if an African American brother, any other kind of brother come and he comes correct, that I wouldn't be open, to see where it will go.
Okay. Now, I'm just, I don't know if you call this devil advocate. I'm not sure. I didn't hear you qualify that the white guy had to come correct.
No.
I thought she said any
man.
If anybody comes, Marcus, I need you to clean your ears out.
I
He
know.
said anybody.
I think he's trying to start something.
Anybody.
No. She
You
said she
are.
was. That
Wait.
was
He ain't
that
even
was
talking
in the
about.
context.
He
He ain't
might
even
have
That was
talking
heard
in
about.
the
me.
She said the
context
brother.
of.
I wasn't
That
really
was in the
paying attention,
context
but I
of
think I heard what I'm
brother.
hearing.
That wasn't in the context of white man.
Because
White man gets
no, no, no.
exactly what
you were calling all of them brothers, so that's why she said that.
white man got a different. He on a different level.
But that's what you said, Marcus.
Listen,
And all I'm saying
anyone,
is,
no.
why does the white man exclusively get a different level than the brothers?
Here you go.
No. Anyone who comes to me has to step correct. I don't care
Oh,
what race
okay.
you are.
Got it. You know, I just hadn't heard that until I mentioned a brother. Then you start talking about the correctness of a brother.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, Marcus, cut it out.
What that is what happened. You weren't talking about the correctness of no white brother. You weren't saying Johnny has to be correct.
I said,
Mitchell has to be correct. You didn't say that.
I said whoever steps to me has to be correct.
Okay.
We had
All
already
right.
discussed the African American brother. I was talking about the addition. They
The
have to
preference.
come correct.
Hey
You're
man,
talking
it's
about the
okay. She
preference.
can like whatever flavor she wants, man. It's all good.
She absolutely can. All I'm saying is, if you like one flavor and you never try any other flavor, how do you know if the other flavors are worth trying if you only try one flavor? That's all I'm saying.
But who's trying only one flavor? Not me.
Well, okay.
Well, yeah, some people do. I've only tried one.
Oh,
I understand that. I understand that. All I'm saying is you don't know about the other flavors
That's true.
if you only try one flavor. That's all I'm saying.
That's
And if your
true.
preference is just one flavor, sometimes you can be clouded by just that one flavor. Have you ever gone into the supermarket? I did it just the other day. And I went looking for butter pecan ice cream and nothing else got my attention. Right?
mhm.
But there was some pistachio ice cream that was saying, come on, take me home. I ignored that pistachio ice cream because I only had a taste for one thing. If I open up my taste,
Are you asking or are you saying that I'm ignoring the African American brother because I'm focused on a Caucasian brother?
I'm saying your flavor is not African American, and so you give less. You make it hard for an African American brother to just be.
Well, I've dated African American brothers my whole life.
What? How many? Okay, we had this conversation.
And I've only dated 3 Caucasian guys my whole life.
And what's your? Yeah, we've had this conversation. Right? Yes. And I understand, love who you love, like who you like. I'm going to keep saying, but be open that there might be other opportunities for love that aren't packaged the way that you thought that they should be packaged. That's all I'm saying.
I'm very open.
That's true.
Okay.
That's a good piece of advice, though, right? Because that goes to all of us. You know, we all kind of only see what we really want to see.
That's correct.
And we might do pass up on some butter pecan or what do you say, pistachio that might be delicious. So I hear what you're saying. I'm gonna definitely take it into consideration.
Yeah. Just be open, because that love that you want might not present as you're used to. That's all. And it may, but if you're open to it, you open yourself up to new options, maybe.
I do not give more latitude to Caucasian men than I do.
But Carmen, that's not
I was answering a question from Valencia.
But Carmen, that's not what you told me. So see, that's not what you told me when we had this conversation.
Oh, that's funny. But
when we did the survey,
but you're gonna give leeway to your type anyway. Look, it doesn't matter what your type is. That's what you want. So they're gonna get away with more, or you're gonna accept less from your type because you want them.
That part, what he's saying, that part.
But I don't mean that for her. I mean that for all of us, though. Like,
but that part really applies, right?
That's
But
not
Kevin, that part really applies right to Carmen right now.
I
That
don't
part.
think that's necessarily true, because there are certain things that I would tolerate more from an African American person.
What?
No, listen to what I'm saying. If like I would tolerate more from someone of the same race than I would someone from a different race. So I don't think that that's necessarily true.
Is this new?
Because this has always been.
Oh, okay.
What are you saying?
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I was
Oh my
confused. I was confused.
Goodness gracious.
I was confused. I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
That was funny.
Thank you for clarifying that, because I was confused, and that happens sometimes. I get confused. I was confused because I thought that you had a little less tolerance for African Americans because of the relationships that you've had with African American men, that you have less tolerance for them. Did I misunderstand?
Moving right along.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That was good stuff.
Oh, that's funny.
That was great stuff. Any other advice that you would give? Because we're ramping up the next dating game, and everybody that fills out the surveys, they want to be matched up with people who have the same interests. What do you feel about that? Would you have preferred it if I had matched you up with somebody that had the same interests or compatibility?
I would say there should be some things in common, but definitely be open to the possibility.
Okay.
Because you never know. And I know quite a few people. I am not one of them, but I do know people that have met their mates because they stopped going by a checklist of what they felt like they wanted or what their type was, and then they ended up with somebody who wasn't necessarily what they thought was their type. So I would say, yeah, you have to have some things in common, but be open to the possibility. Or don't go on a dating game.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Any other advice for the folks? Do you think that they should
I would say don't bring any more actors. Don't bring any more actors. Because we revel at the opportunity to perform. So when I got the call from Richard, all I really heard was going on a show. So I'm like, hey, I get to do what I do. So I'm going to be in front of cameras and I'm going on a show. And then when we got there, it was like, oh, it's a dating show? So I'm like, okay, well, that's cool too. But as an actor, whenever you get a chance to go on TV, you're going on TV.
And so are you saying that?
So like I wasn't looking for love when I came. I didn't even know it was about love. I just knew it was an opportunity to get.
So it was another gig.
It's a gig.
But
so
you was all contact.
I showed up, like I always do when it's a gig. I put on a hat and showed up.
But
you
to Sonia's question,
but you didn't put your best foot forward. So if you were auditioning, you wouldn't have got that part.
I mean, if I was auditioning for that role, no. But that's like I said. At the end of the day, what it comes down to for me, when it was an opportunity to get on stage, to get on camera, to get on TV or whatever, the actor gonna take the opportunity.
But you mean, Kevin, that an actor doesn't know how to compartmentalize that and bring his authentic self?
I mean, I brought my authentic self.
So let me ask you differently.
I was me the whole time. But what I'm
let me ask you differently.
When he told me about it, he didn't necessarily say what it was. He said, I want you to come on the show with me.
So when you got there and it was something different, were you able to separate that part of you that says lights, camera, action, and just bring your authentic self?
I mean, I still remained myself. I didn't fake the funk, but I'm saying I showed up for the opportunity to be on camera.
Got it. And I'm saying
the opportunity to find love.
You're not
Got
answering
it.
the question.
You're not answering the question. Yeah, maybe let me try to rephrase it.
Okay.
Once you got there, you didn't know what it was, and thank you for sharing that. You didn't know what it was till you got there. Once you got there, were you able to separate the light cameras aspect of you that you say is innate to actors to just bring your authentic self to the experience?
I thought that's what I did. Like I said, I didn't. I was upfront. I was honest about myself, and I was polite and friendly to whoever I was talking to, just like I
So,
would be in a daily to day conversation. But the thing is, what I'm saying is, I was not looking for love in the first place,
I,
so I
I,
couldn't be what you were looking for.
well, what I was looking for is an authentic individual to see if whether or not he connected with other with people, and so
I just tried to be friendly,
okay,
and I thought I
I
so
think
did.
his answer is yes, but he's just not saying it.
What?
I
yeah,
think too partly, and I could be wrong, that he thinks that once he found out it was the date, like a little dating game or whatever, he was like expected to find a match, but that's not true. It really
yeah.
was just, hey, how you doing? Let's talk and see. So you weren't necessarily, or we weren't necessarily, expected to find a match. So what you did was correct, was right, because I felt like he was authentic. I really do. I don't think he was like putting on a show or anything like that.
Ready to film?
So
No, that's not, and that's not even necessarily how I mean it. As far as putting on a show, I mean we love to be in.
Asking why, because what it sounds like is that you're saying actors don't know how to be authentic outside of acting. That's what it sounds like you're saying, and I'm not sure if that is, and I don't want
That's
to
not really
pin
what
that
I'm.
on you if that's what you're
It's
saying.
it's not about authentic, because like I believe that I was authentically Kevin at every moment. But what I'm saying is the motivation to be there in the first place, as opposed to what I should have. The real motivation should have been to meet someone, as opposed to just being on camera and letting everyone meet you.
And so I'm trying to connect to your earlier phrase or maybe your kind of premise, but you didn't know that that was why you were coming. So how does that relate to other actors who would know that that's why they're coming, that we shouldn't have other actors participate?
Well, I guess if they have a complete understanding of what's going on and from the
Okay.
jump, then
So then
that'll
it doesn't
that'll
matter.
that'll
The
make
actor
me
part is not relevant if they know what's going on.
right. It was just more. It was presented to me more like a show, and you want to be a
So it's a
guest on a
situation, a
show.
circumstance.
Like right, what we need a guest. A guest came up short. Hey man, you want to go come on this show? I'm like, hey, of course I come on this show and be myself on the show and let y'all meet me. But it wasn't like I was trying to meet someone.
So connect that with why we shouldn't have other actors come on the show. That's the part that I'm missing.
I guess what I mean is, I guess maybe I said it wrong. If they
Okay.
understand completely and they are actually looking for love, then that's a different story than them just being on a show. When
Okay.
that's my thing. I just wanted to be on the show. I didn't realize that it was about love until I was there, and then I wasn't technically looking for love still. So I just was being myself and being friendly, but not no, but not the objective of the show, which
Yeah,
was
I
looking
got
for
that. I
love.
just was trying to connect it to what that other
I
premise.
think
Because if
my
I were
mental was that when you invite an actor to perform on a show, regardless of what the show is, they're going to want to be on it just because they want to be on the show.
yeah, I don't know if every actor would agree with you, especially not the ones that are commenting in the
That's
comments.
cool. That's cool.
But because it kind of says that the actor is then not is almost disingenuous, and I don't know that every actor would want to be characterized that way.
No, I
But
didn't mean it
I
like
hear you.
disingenuous. I just mean like the opportunity to be on camera will supersede looking for love.
Even if they know that it's about love.
Well, if they're looking for love, that would be one of the main parts.
But if they know that it's about love, they would rather the superseding part would be because they're an actor is why they would go on there.
No, I think I just misquoted. Basically, like I said, I didn't understand personal. So
Okay.
I'm not saying that all actors would do that. I'm saying that any actor would take the opportunity to get on camera.
Got it. But there'd be some actors who would know that this is about love and that love might supersede it.
And maybe they're actually looking for love and they want to find that. Then that's a different story than somebody who just
or even open to it. Or even open to it, because you don't have to be looking if you're open.
You find it. And that's how I've always found it when I wasn't looking for it.
Yeah, if you're just open to it, you know, you don't necessarily have to be looking for it, but just open to it. So I just want to clarify that because I know we got actors in and through Love and Stuff, and some of them, as I see in the comments, are like, "Nah, don't put that on actors." But everybody has their own experience, so I just wanted to make sure we kind of clarified that.
Definitely
but I think that's great
for everybody. So
I got it,
man, for the opportunity to be a part of what you was doing, though. I really did have fun, and I appreciate it.
I'm glad you came. I'm glad you filled in, even though I'm going to get on. I promise you, I'm going to be on Richard Dickie Macy. He can't bring nobody else that he don't tell the whole story to. But I appreciate that you did participate, all of you participating. And again, we're going to be in our next round of the dating game after we complete this 36 questions that lead to love, which I think is very interesting to see how that goes. For people that are looking for love or people that are open to love, because some of the people who participated in the 36 questions that lead to love weren't thinking about love. They weren't thinking about it. And they participated. They had, at least one of them had given up on love. But they just went into it being a willing sport like some of you and walked out of it off the market.
Nice.
So, you know, it just depends on what you're open to. You know, but we'll probably have to have a part 2 because the end part had some hilarious moments in it when you all came together and started all talking together. We'll have to play that, but we're at 3 hours, which our first this show, which I think is our second highest rated show, original dating game, was about that long. And so my senior associate producer told me, "No way you're gonna cut it down." Well, we did have technical challenges for about a good 39 minutes tonight. But I do want to get in Richard Dickie Mason's parts of it. And if Kia's ever open to coming, absolutely. But I do want to play that end part because you guys had some really good conversation that I think the audience, the viewers could take some good advantage of. So thank you, Kevin Tate. Thank you, Carmen Evans. Thank you, Tyrone Pickens, if you're somewhere listening. Thank you, Sonia Cherie, so much. And congratulations on your engagement. Does your fiance want to come and show us face so we can see him off the market? You off the market?
I'm sure he will. Hold on. Come here. Come here. It's your face.
Oh, you are aggressive. You are aggressive. Come here. Come here.
No, come here, baby. Nothing.
Yes, come over here.
I said that when he came home. We passed that now. Dear, see, I'm being nice now. Oh, here you go.
Honey and vinegar. Honey.
He want to meet you. They just want to say hi. So who took me off the market?
What's up, good people?
What's up, sir? We just want to see you off the market.
I know I'm dark skinned.
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
So yeah, that was the I just had to check on them. So that's how it started. Or how I started back up.
It was a long time in the making. Believe me.
Okay.
That's another show, Marcus.
My fault.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, brother. I want to bring you on and say, now, how did you let her get away? I need that story.
Well, she walked away.
That's a long story.
See, she don't want to hear that.
No,
she walked away.
No, it's just a long story. Oh,
well, brother, I want to hear it.
You don't have
Love and Stuff wants to hear it.
I want to hear it.
Well, why I walk away in the short version?
I don't know, because you just walked away.
Negro. Hurry up. We ain't got all night.
So we're going to have the two of you come on.
I told you it's a long story. Yeah.
And tell your story. I'd love to hear it. I don't know if Sonia told you, we went to middle school together.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd love to hear the story. I think it'll be a great story for the Love and Stuff community to hear.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm open for it.
Okay.
I can't wait to hear it.
Thank you.
We're going to hold you to it.
All right. Good.
All right.
Thank you. Kevin, what's your movie again?
He walked off the camper. Kevin been doing all kind of stuff in the
I can't remember the name of it. I was gonna watch it, not tonight, but I am gonna watch it.
Okay. Well, thank you all, and thank you those viewers who have been patient with us all night. It took us a while to get this going because we had some challenges with our technology. Our technology instructor, Carmen, couldn't get us together, no matter how hard she tried. She tried and tried to get us to get all in the same room with our mics on, and we just did not follow her instructions. So I thought next time we will work on it to make sure we have all of Carmen's instructions like they should be.
Well, I had fun. Thank you, Marcus. Anytime you need me, I will be here.
Well, we got to do a part 2.
Everybody, if you have not bought the book, buy the book, write a review.
Okay. Well, Kevin, before you put on your do-rag, can you tell us the name of the movie?
You got to be comfortable, man. You got to be you.
I know you being you, but I want to make sure everybody don't get turned off from the brand.
Okay, so everyone out there, if you can go on Amazon Prime and check out my new movie, Famous. Really simple. You just search Famous and it's on there. You can check it out. It's a hip hop comedy, and that's it's a good thing. So I hope you guys get a chance to check it out.
Wonderful. Congratulations. And while you're on Amazon Prime, you can go get the book. Sonia Therese, you started reading it, and
I started reading it, and when just the introduction, I got teary-eyed, and I was like, "Oh, here he go! He always making me cry."
Oh, wow!
Yeah,
I haven't read mine yet.
It kind of touches some things. It does, and if you're not on the gratefulness journey, it's a good book to get, so that you could start it. And I like how you define it, because a lot of people might not realize what it means to be grateful and to be on the journey. And I'm not gonna give the book away, but buy the book.
Wonderful. Thank you all. Thank you, those of you that are watching. Click share, tag someone to watch it. This is the original cast of The Dating Game, or at least part of them. We're going to have to do a part 2 to get everybody in the room so that we can play some of the funniest parts of the video. But thank you all again for being here. Have a grateful evening. Thank you so much.